Yo, Kobe.
You can hear me? Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Ah, good, good. Yeah. We good.
Okay, yeah, good. Then we can go ahead and get it started. Then taking a couple,
Let's
let's get this thing going.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Sure, what is up? I want to speak to what is good, what is good. Uh, what up, man? Welcome back to Blues House. Naughty.
What's going on, fam?
Chilling, man, chilling. Um, damn, is that me? Hello? Can you hear me? You? Did I die out? I don't hear
No,
nothing.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I had to reset my mic. the app was being crazy.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man. Had some bad news over the weekend. Just to let everybody know. So you probably just get this one live session from us this week. I lost my father over the weekend. He played a major role in my life. Big role, big part. And so I'm still in mourning / celebrating because I want to celebrate his life and everything like that. And still trying to
Right
get
on, brother.
some of the in order, stuff like that. So wanted to bring you this stream, and we're gonna go real heavy on this stream, man. I called it Marvel Mania for a reason. Marvel is knocking the heads off of people left and right. They just don't care no more. They don't care
Nope.
about DC. They don't care about Netflix. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like Amazon. Who are those people? They just gonna come and do what they do, man. And that's why I called it Marvel Mania. But before I get into so-called Marvel stuff, there's a little bit of news that came through. WB confirmed a
Yeah.
search for. I'm gonna just say, look like they're going forward with a black Superman.
Yeah. I saw that. They want a black director as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What I know, right? We kind of spoke on it before, and it seems like they're going full out multiverse, the full multiverse route.
Right.
And if that's what they want to do, just make it good, make it look sexy. Like Kendrick said, if you're gonna do it, make it look sexy, man. This better be dope
Right.
because you're crossing I'm not gonna say you're crossing the line because it's your IP, it's your intellectual property. You can do what you want to with it, but you got fans who are clamoring and they want the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
They want it back, and they're not yet. So
That's the worst part about it is the fans are telling them what they
what they
want.
right, and they're doing the exact
The
opposite.
opposite.
It's weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. So the way that they're going, like I'm gonna tell you this: the Batman better be good, and
Yes.
this
But
and
yes.
you see what I'm saying? And
Right.
this Superman better be good because from what I read, is a matter of fact, I read it. It says WB confirms its search for a new Superman. The future Kal-El in the DC universe has been up in the air for some time now. The last time we officially saw him was on the tail end of Shazam, where he made a body double. It wasn't even damn Henry Cavill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His fans have been clamoring for another film in the Superman franchise with Henry Cavill, but back in the role and continue where they left off in Man of Steel. But it seems now that the studio has another idea and wishes to move in a different direction. A while back, it was reported that Ta-Nehisi Coates was set to write the script for the next Superman film with J.J. Abrams on producing. With this news came word that the studio was interested in the idea of having a black actor pick up the cape as the next Man of Steel. A recent report from Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that the news and adds that the studio is looking for someone to star and direct. Details from sources close to the project say that Coates is developing a story that will see Kal-El coming from Krypton while also possibly being a 20th century period piece. Coates isn't expected to turn in his script until December, so it could be a while before we hear any news on who will star or direct the project. The film could be looking to tell the story of Calvin Ellis, who also happens to go by Kal-El, sent to Earth as the world of Krypton imploded on itself. This version of Superman is also the president of the United States of America on his Earth, having been based on former President Barack Obama. The next Superman film is still very early in development and will reportedly follow the same route as the Batman, as is reportedly not set within the main continuity of the overall franchise. So that's telling me that they're going to use the Batman and this Superman to be Earth 2, 3, or whatever it is, and be in that
Right.
same continuity.
To try to Justice League all over again as well.
Right, right. Which is still weird to me.
Right,
you
because
have,
it's the first one you tried is still fresh.
right. And that's what's weird to me.
It hasn't died yet. People don't want it to die, but it seems like y'all had no faith in it so far at all.
The thing is, they're not going to be able to get rid of Snyder because Gal Gadot is a product of Snyder.
Right.
Aquaman, Jason Momoa is a product of Snyder. Even with them bringing back Ben Affleck to be in the Flash movie, these are still Snyderverse connected films that you're still going to be pushing out. The Rock says he wants Henry Cavill to be in his stuff going forward, because they're giving The Rock everything. You know what I'm saying? They're giving him the reins, so he wants the Snyder properties to be a part of
to be canon to him. Right.
I'm just confused as to what their play is, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know if you have any answers for me, but I do not get what their play is.
Like I said, I feel like when they decided to do the multiverse, it was already a thing at Marvel, and they're playing off of that. This is why all the multiverse movies for DC aren't happening yet. Think about it. They want to see what happens with Marvel's multiverse first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how the multiverse movie that is going to be big tomatoes for us is Doctor Strange. That one for them is The Flash.
Right.
The one they're throwing everything at.
Right. But this is my thing. With Marvel, the way they're setting up the multiverse is it's only maybe 25% of the story.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If even that, they're gonna have some multiversal properties come into play, you know what I'm saying? And like we said, probably retcon some stuff or to help certain stories move forward.
Right.
But it's not gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be a whole brand new Earth 8 Captain America running around.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or a whole brand new Captain Marvel or something like that based from a whole different universe. Now I know there, it's the talks of the whole Spider-Verse thing, and I think that's probably the hardest that they will go with the multiverse.
Right. Just because fans have said that they want to see it, it's already been proven that it works.
Yeah. That's how I feel. That's the hardest that they will go with the multiverse, that I feel Marvel will go with the multiverse, is on the Spider-Man side. It's already been done. They've already saw it. They already know what the fans want from it, and they're going to give, you know what I'm saying? So this is just their way to kind of give the fans something that they want, and also kind of connect some dots or redo some things that need to be done, since they have brought on Fox properties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Breathe some new life into some stuff that was dead too, because Raimi's supposed to get Spider-Man 4 after this one if they, if everything goes the way they say it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So DC, I do not know
what they are doing, what their game plan is, or anything. I feel like they're just copycatting Marvel and copycatting Legendary and copycatting. That's all they're doing right now.
Like, what are you doing? Oh man, the homie has showed up. XR, what it do?
There he is.
XR says, if they are doing Black Superman, it better be Earth 2 Superman, Val Zod, not Kal-El. Well, they're coming out saying that it's gonna be Kal-El, man. That it's gonna be Calvin Ellis.
Ellis.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't, which is the one I guess based off of Barack Obama. I'm gonna tell you this: I was never into DC's multiverse, even in the comic books, man. I just,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because to me, DC has too many. Their characters are just that good. To me, their main characters, that Justice League that they have, Green. Why aren't they focusing on Green Lantern? I know you sent me something today about Green Lantern, but that should have been a major focus.
I would
You
think
see what I'm
so.
saying?
He's a core character.
Well, why wouldn't you focus on like it's not like remember we talked about how Marvel had to go in and kind of build from the ground up because
Right.
the characters that they had wasn't as popular, so they had to make them popular. They had to put money. DC has characters that just make money for them. All they got to do is just put it out.
No problem. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they are blowing themselves away
what are you
by
doing?
not doing that. Right. Like the
Green
fact
Lantern.
that, like, even with Green, like you said, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, all of the core Justice League, for one, the fact that all of them should have had their own movie before the Justice League movie came out. Way before, to build build a relationship with these characters.
So what if I'm DC right now?
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. Okay. We gave you the Snyderverse, and I don't want to go forward with the Snyderverse. Let's say that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give you another Superman story. I'm gonna give you another Batman story, another Wonder Woman story, like you say, Green. I'm gonna start building these characters. So now I can come in and get my Justice League the way that I want to go with it forward.
Right.
I got Superman. I got my Wonder Woman. Okay, you want to recast your Superman? By all means, recast Superman. You know what I'm saying? You want to recast your Batman? By all means, recast.
Do your thing, yeah.
But keep that story going. Keep that continuity going. There's no reason to not keep that continuity going.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand that, man. It's weird to me. It's weird. All right. XR back with another one says, did you hear what was the reason Dr. Strange was removed from WandaVision? Was because he was a white male and that he was going to mansplain to Wanda.
I saw that too.
I did. I saw that. We're gonna get into that, man. That's where being too. I'm gonna get into that XR, and I know that hit you to your core when you saw it.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man, I know XR saw that one. Whatever he was reading on, he probably wanted to throw that through a wall, man.
No doubt.
Oh man, I'm gonna touch on that, man. Let me. I just wanted to touch on, what I'm saying, go through a couple of news things before we get, because we're gonna get going on this Marvel thing real heavy.
Yeah.
But I just want to put that out. I don't understand what DC's doing, man. They
really are. They're killing themselves.
Yeah, they losing me, man. Like I said, I just want them to just pick a lane
and stay there. Stop trying to do new, be new and inventive. Y'all are at that point yet.
Right.
Y'all have. Here's the thing: they were getting good directors to direct these movies before Marvel was.
Right.
Way before
Dark Knight. They had
Christopher Nolan.
Come on, man! Like they got directors in the bag.
Yep,
they got directors in the bag.
Just because it's Warner Brothers,
right?
Just because it's Warner Brothers, they can make. You know what I'm saying? Any of the directors they have on payroll, hey, you're doing the next so-and-so movie, just because that's how their contracts are set up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So why is Marvel ahead of them and now have, what I'm saying? WB has had Oscar-winning directors direct these movies before, and they've been garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
It's the work. It's the work, man.
Yep.
DC, they want to cheat.
They're being lazy.
They're being lazy. They want to cheat. They want to sidestep doing the work and think that they could just leap ahead.
Right.
Don't work that way. Marvel put the work in.
Yeah.
Marvel put. As a matter of fact, DC, y'all work. Y'all are probably about 50 to 75% done. You just got to finish it off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you, like you just said, you gave us the Dark Knight trilogy. Everybody, your cartoons has been on TV. Far more. Everybody's familiar with your content.
Yep.
Everybody know who Superman is. Everybody know who's Batman, Wonder Woman. Your three core. Everybody. People didn't like Aquaman. Y'all made Aquaman likable.
Y'all made him cool again.
Y'all made him
not
cool.
a throwaway character. How many people before Avengers, Infinity War, or any of them knew who Thanos was? None.
Right.
I knew because I read the comics and I played the video games.
Right.
Right.
but the regular everyday moviegoer or person who claims to know anything,
Miles Morales, who is that? Spider-Man is Peter Parker. You know what I'm saying? So that, like you said, they have done the work to bring these characters to life. 100%.
Just keep it going.
Right.
Like you got Teen Titans on Cartoon Network. My son Teen Titans. My son loves Teen Titans.
I love the original anime. The original anime was good. Teen Titans Go was an abomination.
I like Teen Titans Go, man. As far as the reason,
it's an acquired taste.
It is the reason why Teen Titans Go, because it's crazy because it's the same voice actors.
Yep, sure is.
But Teen Titans was more mature. It actually told a story.
Right.
You had Slade or Deathstroke. They couldn't call it Deathstroke because it was on, what I'm saying, meant for kids or whatever. But so that they kept that storyline going. They even gave you Red X, gave you all of that. That was dope. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But Teen Titans Go, to me, if you just want to have a laugh and have fun with these characters, that's why I like Teen Titans Go. You see what I'm saying? Because you could just have a laugh and have fun with these characters. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just talking about the popularity.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's what I mean by the work is already done. You did the work. Now give the fans what they want.
Yep.
Why are you trying to change the book?
Right.
The Bible is the Bible. You already wrote it.
Yeah. You shouldn't need to go back and edit it. No, you already put it out there.
Just go preach the word now. That's all you got to do.
Right. I'm with you 100%.
XR says Kevin Feige has lost his mind. Phase 4 is going to be forced diversity, inclusion, characters, tokenization, and gender swapping. Both DC and Marvel are going down.
And you know what? I can't disagree with your comment. I can't disagree with the XR, but do I think Feige's lost his mind? No. He answers to somebody too. He answers to Mickey Mouse, dog. And Mickey Mouse accepts everybody. So, I mean, Kevin Feige's all he's doing is doing his job.
Yeah.
And doing what they're telling him to do. Right. Yeah. I mean,
that's all we can do.
Right.
But like you said, XR, look, man, that's been the way of the word for the past at least years now.
Right.
It's been going on that way. Forced diversity, gender swapping, race swapping.
Yeah.
But they've been doing that in comics. They've been doing that in comics probably far more longer than what you've been seeing on TV.
Right, because TV is the ground that they didn't break yet. That's a new ground that's been broken in the last maybe even 10 years. And I could tell you something. Maybe even a little longer than that. I would say maybe close to like 12 years now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Movies have changed 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Viewers have changed.
That too. That's
the thing. The viewers are changing.
Yes. So the movies, the content changes with the viewer.
Right. It has to reflect the viewer.
Yep.
The content has to reflect the viewer. I can force feed like the comment just said, perfect straight conservative family all day long, but if it doesn't represent my viewership,
right,
the majority of my viewership, then who am I talking to? I'm talking to a wall at that point.
Right.
I'm saying? So
nobody's going to buy you.
Nobody's going to buy
You're not hitting the right audience. That's marketing.
There you go. What I got next up? James Gunn. James Gunn is said to be leaving after. Let me not go into that yet. Let me go into this. Mortal Kombat 2 reportedly moving forward. So
of course it is.
We talked about it. I just want to talk about it real quick. We talked about Mortal Kombat and what it did.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because I think that's the whole. I think a lot of people didn't understand what it was for.
It laid the groundwork.
Right. This was all groundwork. This was not for the pessimistic. Oh, I need the 1995 version. This wasn't for you. This was to
Nope.
gain a brand new audience. This was to gain the new gamer audience. This was to
Yep.
gain those people, not
Yep.
the old 30-plus-year-old people who remember the first Mortal Kombat.
Y'all will come
video
see it
game.
just because it's Mortal
Just
Kombat.
because. Right. I'm here to gain new viewership. That
Yep.
and that was the right, to me, that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because I don't want to rehash 1995 all over again. I don't want to give you that all over.
Right.
And it's too, from 1995 up until now, it's too much Mortal Kombat content out. Not just on the video game realm, but
movies as well.
Movies, whether it's comic books, whether it's fan films, it's too much stuff to pull from.
Right.
Way too much. So
the characters have transcended.
Evolved.
Right.
Yeah. They've evolved. This Mortal Kombat has evolved to be big. The what it is, Mortal Kombat versus
DC. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they've pulled from a lot of places to put this movie together. Expect them to expand on those things. Expect the next Mortal Kombat to be bigger and more grandiose, and to be bigger and to be bigger from that. This might be the win that WB needs going forward, as far as being able to play with these characters and expand them the way Marvel did with their whole universe. This might be the universe that they might need to concentrate on.
This could be true. I mean, this could be true, because if you think about how much content is separate, I mean, they had, like you said, Sub-Zero had his own story for quite a while, actually. Like, there's a lot of Sub-Zero lore they can play with. There's a reason why that actor has signed on for 4 movies. They have content out the ass for Sub-Zero. And then when he turns into Noob. Yeah, right. It was on the tip of my tongue. There's even more content. You know what I'm saying? Because of the feud between him and his brother, who becomes Sub-Zero. You know what I'm saying? There's so much story that they could do and they could put on screen, but I feel like this goes back to the DC thing. That was their big property. So why not try to throw as much as at our big property? Because you got to think about it. What movies is DC making besides, you know what I'm saying, or Warner Brothers making besides DC movies or whatever? They might have a one-off every now and then, but Harry Potter's not making the money right now anymore in the movies. Any of those movies, none of them are making, money right now. Steven Spielberg hasn't had a movie come out in how long? That's their cash cow, dog. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, that's WB's cash cow. That's who makes them money. None of these guys have made movies. WB hasn't had a real big win in like 4 years. Other than, you know what I'm saying? Right. They keep taking a little
good movie.
Right.
They haven't had that huge big blockbuster. Like we said when was it the last stream when we looked up the
the last big one they had, the first one.
Was it?
The first one to break over like 700 million or 600 million. Yeah.
Oh, It and Joker. So
yep, that's right, Joker. That's what it was. That's what it was. Right.
Maybe they should just concentrate on making the R-rated movie, or the R-rated, the push the line.
That's their edge over Marvel. That's your edge. Make movies for adults.
Yep.
Make superhero themed adult movies. They will go see them, and the kids will want to see them.
See it. There you go. Yeah. Yep. That's how you do it, man.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like they're kind of waiting for Marvel to see how they're going to react, and that's going to tell a lot as far as them going forward. But I feel like the more they wait, the more they kill themselves, the more they shoot themselves in the foot, because the market is changing, like you said, every day.
Right. Every day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Marvel will realize that, and they'll make more grounded movies than just, the superhero ensemble piece. They'll make real movies then. I feel like that's going to start like with the Eternals. That'll be like a real movie, right?
But that's what I'm saying. They've already done that. They give you the spy thriller with Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, right?
They give you the space film or the space epic odyssey with Guardians of the Galaxy. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Then they
The
give you
Star
the
Wars
Winter,
ripoff. Right. Right.
right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're hitting every genre of science fiction, but it's all wrapped up in that MCU bow.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's what
Right.
makes Kevin Feige and those people over there at Marvel Studios
Geniuses.
so dope, because they say, okay, well, what genre is hot, or what genre do we need to slide in? You know, they
Nerd
gave
culture.
right. They gave us drama.
Right.
WandaVision was a drama.
Right.
That's it. Limited action, all drama, all feelings, all emotion. It was like a romantic drama.
That's
You know what
exactly
I'm
right.
saying? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was more so. What would I classify that as?
Social commentary.
Yeah, social comment. Would that be a political thriller? I think they
Yes.
wanted to be a
Political
political
thriller.
thriller,
Yes.
but it kind of fell a little short because I think a lot of things was removed. But that's we already talked about that. But yeah, political thriller. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
so Marvel is hitting all of that and making it into comic book movies.
And
You
that's
know
the
what
thing, like I said, and now they're even pulling directors that are winning Oscars. So
Yeah,
all that's doing is stepping their game up. And
yeah,
Warner Brothers is just twiddling their thumbs.
yeah.
Ooh, let's see what they're gonna do this week. Ooh, let's see what they're gonna do 6 months from now.
Mhm.
Come on, dude. Y'all are gonna get left
Marvel,
behind
Marvel got TV shows and films in production.
for the
DC
next
can't.
5 years, right?
DC only has uh the Flash. I think I don't even know if it started production yet.
Well, I
The
mean,
Batman has taken what, about 2 years now. I
yeah,
mean, we give COVID, we give them that 1 year for COVID, but
right. Marvel came back strong. DC is just kind of they're just like they just got out of bed from COVID.
yeah, yeah. I don't
They're
understand,
just
man. I
now
don't
getting back
understand.
to society.
It's
But I feel
crazy,
like
but
that's
yeah,
okay. I feel like that's okay. I feel like with DC fandom, they're really going to change our perspective on a few things.
I hope so, man. And a lot of people are saying that too. They're waiting on DC fandom. Uh, Man, I hope so, because Marvel, like I started it off. Marvel does not care what you're doing. They don't
Nope.
care. They're not looking at DC. They're
Nope.
not
They
looking
don't
at
care about
anybody
what
else.
they're doing. Right.
They're
You're
doing what
exactly
they
right.
do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
everybody who's behind in the rear view, um, that because the rear view is only made to be to back up. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and Marvel doesn't plan to stop and back up.
No.
They only keep going. That's it. And Warner Brothers, man, I see what y'all doing,
Yeah.
and I'm rooting for them because I believe in competition. Competition breeds uh ingenuity.
Right.
It breeds new, just new things. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in the spirit of competition, but where's the competition at?
Right. Not when everybody else is getting blown out of the water.
Yeah, where's the competition at, man? This is crazy. All right, let me go to the comments. Let me see. Where did I go? Okay, right here. Oh, XR says, imagine what they're doing, what they're going to do to Fantastic Four, the perfect straight conservative family.
Bro, they already did that. They already made Johnny Storm black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They already did that. And that movie bombed. Do you think they're going to try that again? No.
Nah.
No.
Said it's been going on since 2009 when they race swapped Nick Fury. I'm a mixed black man and I never cared about race, sex, or gender. But did they do it for the okay, let me tell you the story. I don't know if you know the story, Kobe, how they even got
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, so they did what they did Marvel, the Ultimate Marvel series, right? That whole
Yep.
wasn't canon, it was the Ultimate Universe.
Yep.
So rightfully so, why not make Nick Fury black? But they wanted to have the likeness of Samuel Jackson. So they had already been drawing him, using his likeness.
Yep.
But they couldn't put the comics out. So they called Samuel Jackson and said, hey man, we want to use you as a comic. You know what I'm saying? He gave them, yep, you can use me.
Okay.
So going forward in the comics, he was drawn to look like Samuel Jackson. Now, fast forward to what, 2005? Is that when Iron Man came out? Was it 05?
Or '06, one of them. Yeah, it's been that long.
Fast forward '05, '06, you get Nick Fury. And who's playing Nick Fury? Samuel
Boom.
L. Jackson. So it all came back in, you know what I'm saying? It was perfect to use Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury anyway. And Nick Fury is kind of I'm not gonna say he's a throwaway character, but Nick Fury could be anybody. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? He
You could not see his face, and he would still have influence.
right. He would still have influence. So Nick Fury could be anybody. Now it's certain character like the Black Panther couldn't be a white guy,
No.
right? Because who he is, his race is determined by who he is. You see what I'm saying? Storm couldn't be a white woman because her race is determined by who she is. Wolverine could be a black dude.
Yeah, it's possible.
He straight up be a black dude because his race does not determine who he is as a character.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So certain people, certain things can be race bended because their race doesn't play a part on their character.
It's not right. It's not a deciding factor.
Right. But that's not with every character. Even with Superman. And you know what I'm saying? Even we were talking about the Black Superman. Superman being white doesn't necessarily play a role in his character.
Right, because Superman's an alien.
He's an alien.
They don't. Right. Do you think they had black or white anything on Krypton? Right. Never. Right.
So that he doesn't. The only reason why I make a big funk about Black Superman is because you already have a Black Superman. You know what I'm saying? Different character, but same quality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Similar story, similar power set. And you can just give us, and that's the only reason why I'm making a big funk about it. But Superman could be black, white, Latino, Chinese. It doesn't matter because it doesn't really play a part in his character. You know what I'm saying? Even Batman.
Right. And my thing is not the fact that they're making Superman black. It's just, I feel like it's all of a sudden that's the big deal. You know, I feel like that's where to me, that's where the problem is because if you guys were going to, and the fact that they said, this is another thing that shot themselves in the foot for me. They said they want a black actor to play Superman and also a black director. Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
What's the point?
That shows me, and it kind of goes back to XR's point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to force diversity on something that you shouldn't have to force.
Nope.
You want to include people of color into your. That shouldn't be forced. You should already have that.
You should have that already. Exactly.
Have that. Don't try to force it because the thing is, this is the whole thing. When you force it and it fails, you're not going to go back to that.
Nope.
You're not going to say, let's get another black director and try it again. Let's try this over again. Where did we go wrong at? Because you're not going to take the blame of just putting out a crappy movie or a crappy product.
Nope. You're going to blame it on
the black.
You're going to use the pronoun.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We can't just be a noun. We have to be a pronoun at the same time.
Yeah. So that's my thing. That's totally my thing.
Yep. I agree 100%.
Keep it going. XR says those liberals that Marvel and DC want to cater.
See, that's what we're not going to get into.
Cater to are the minority. Not everyone wants this diversity BS. Those people don't buy the comics, games, etc. But do they go to the movies?
Yep. That's what it is. It's the movies.
Like I told you, XR, you want the comic book, read the comic book.
There you go. But to get the movie, you're going to get the political correct version.
That's what you're going to get because it's more eyes are on it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you this. Other than the comic book store, I remember when comics were sold at Walmart, corner stores, mom and pop spots. Comic books was everywhere. I can't find a comic book nowhere nowadays. Nowhere.
That's media that people don't care about anymore. Yep. They're all about being fed, force fed.
There you go. So that should tell you something. Like comics, they're dying out. They're trying to survive in this digital scape. You know what I'm saying? It's hard pressed. Matter of fact, over the COVID, Marvel and DC were ready to hang up actually doing comic books. They were ready to hang it up. Marvel got rid of their distributor, I think, and changed distributors. DC did they had to rearrange the way they distribute their comics. So if they want to done that, you know, because they want to keep comic books alive, because that's where they get these ideas from. That's where
Yep.
writers can go crazy and be real, you know what I'm saying, imaginative, and do things that they can't do in the movies. You know what I'm saying? So they want to keep that going, but it's hard because you're saying that the liberals, so to speak, are a minority. Nah, bro. The comic book readers are the minority.
Yep.
The video game, the game, the comic games, and the tabletop stuff, they're a minority.
Right.
They're because my grandma ain't reading that.
Nope.
My mama is not reading a comic book. My mama see a trailer on TV and say, "Oh, that looks good. Hey, come on, let's go to the movies.
Right.
Let's get the whole family. Let's do something on Thanksgiving and go to the movies, or Christmas time. Let's go to the movies." But she not handing out comic books.
Nope.
She not.
Just like people aren't, if they're reading the newspaper, they're reading it online.
Yeah.
You know, all of that. That's why you have all these different ways for people to be able to show you content.
Yep. Dudes, XR also says, and your next comment, XR, I'm gonna get on you about that too. XR says, dude, they changed these characters' race because they don't believe in original black characters. That's why they need to be tokenized, the old established white character. And I don't disagree with that comment.
Not at all. That happens a lot.
I do not disagree. Think about every She-Hulk is a tokenized character. Anything with she in and of it, She-Hulk, Supergirl,
anything with a pronoun.
Right. Those are all tokenized characters. They're not original. Supergirl is not original. It's a female Superman.
Right.
That's not original. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, She-Hulk. That's not original. You just give me Bruce Banner as a girl. That's all you did. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's a lot of characters that are tokenized. But I agree with you. They don't. It seems like I don't know if they don't think that they can sell an original black character or what, or it's easier to just throw that, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think that Superman emblem is everybody can recognize that.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man emblem, that Batman emblem, that Wonder Woman emblem.
That's branding.
Right. That's branding. Everybody recognizes those brands. So it's easier for me to tokenize that, to gender swap, race swap, and try to make a, you know what I'm saying, quick buck, because I'm gonna always go back to the original.
Yep.
No matter what, I'm going back to the original. This is just the
cash grab.
Cash grab, tell a story. But think of some of the tokenized characters we got. She-Hulk. She-Hulk is a staple.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Batwoman, Batgirl, Supergirl, they're staples. So some tokenized characters can go on and outperform, do just as good as the original. You know what I'm saying? Hell, sidekicks. Sidekicks are tokenized characters, if you really think about it. Because Robin is just a young Batman.
Yep.
That's all he really is. You know what I'm saying? If you go read a Robin comic, he's still doing the same shit that Batman does.
Yep.
It's Dick Grayson.
Smaller scale, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? They might have changed the name, but he's still using batarangs and grappling hooks, and you know what I'm saying? The same teaching, same principles that go on in the Batman comic book. He's still a detective. He's, you know what I'm saying? All of that. So everything is I'm gonna tell you this. There's nothing new. There's nothing original no more. There's nothing new under the sun. And it's not because that they can't do originality. It's because the first ones sell so much. And it's hard to get out of the shadow of a Wolverine. It's hard to get out of the shadow of a Batman. You see what I'm saying? If my Superman comic is selling, if my Batman comic is selling, and then I come up with a whole brand new character, and I want them to catch on, whether it's a male, female, black, white, Latino, it don't matter. I want them to catch on, and I'm steadily pushing this character. But now I'm leaving Batman to the wayside. Let's say I don't come out with a Batman comic for a while because I keep pushing Deathbot or whoever this new character is. You know what I'm saying? Deathbot ain't selling, but now I got two comics that's not selling. Batman isn't selling, Deathbot isn't selling. So it's like it's a lose-lose on both sides. You see what I'm saying? That's why they introduce characters in a Batman comic. You will never see an original comic book character just get its own comic off the rip. Never. He'll always be introduced in a Wolverine, a X-Men, a Avengers, something that's way more popular, so I can try to see how the fans react to this character, to
That's
see if I
called
can make
clout
money.
chasing.
Right. To see if I can
It's
make
been
money off this character.
happening for years.
That's how you
It
do it.
just now has a term.
But let me get on you about this. It says that's why Japanese manga is selling millions worldwide, beating any comics because they focus on the store rather than the political correctness BS. Manga is a dying brand over. You go to Japan right now, yes, it's everywhere, but it is dying. One of the reasons it is dying is because of One Piece. I hate to say it.
Mangas that don't end.
Yeah, One Piece is killing manga. It hasn't ended. He said he has an ending, but it hasn't ended. And plus, it's so many.
Yeah,
It's so many.
it's a flooded market.
It's flooded. And there is actually a piece on that. Go Google manga is dying, and you'll read that Oda, who is the who does One Piece, he's one of the reasons why manga is dying. You see what I'm saying? What's keeping manga alive, believe it or not, is the anime side of things. Once it crossed over and became big in the Western front, in the Western world, anime is keeping manga alive. Because now when I watch an anime, I'm gonna tell you the truth, I try to go and find the manga just to read up on it, to learn who these characters are, right, to know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? But manga is dying out, believe it or not, man. Shonen Jump, all these companies that house these great characters, they're not. Matter of fact, another thing that's killing manga too is it'll stop in the middle of a storyline. It'll just stop. A lot of the artists and the writers over there, the way that they work them to their damn near dead. You see what I'm saying? They don't get the breaks. A lot of look, man, manga, read up on manga, and you will see it's rough. It's rough. And as far as the political correctness and stuff, with manga, they got different categories. So slice of life, they do a lot of political correctness in a slice of life manga. If you want a strictly shonen manga where it's just action and fighting, a lot of that stuff is hella racist.
Yeah.
It's just hella racist. But when they try to cross it over, they try to clean it up. You see what I'm saying? When the eyes are on them, and that's any company, they're gonna try to clean it up because it's about $1, man.
Yeah.
It's about $1, no matter what.
At the end of the day, it always is.
Says Robin has been Batman's sidekick since the 40s. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he's not a tokenized Batman.
Nightwing is Batman.
Yeah.
Red Hood is Batman that kills people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all the same.
He says there are no talented writers in Marvel and DC.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Talented writer. Ta-Nehisi Coates, talented writer. Who am I missing? Robert Kirkman, talented writer who does Invincible. The one who just did X-Men, who just rebooted their whole side of things and brought them back to life. I can't think of his name right now. Shit, I gotta look it up. But no, Marvel, DC, they got plenty. What's the dude who actually brought Superman back? They got talented writers. I can't sit here and let you say that. They got some of the best writers. You're a comic book guy. It seems like you're liking the comics that you're reading. So how are you gonna say that they're not talented writers? Todd McFarlane. He's not the best writer, but you talking about somebody who doesn't care about political BS. Todd McFarlane made a black character, probably the last black original character, the #1 selling comic book in the world for like 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Black character. He did that. White writer, white artist. He did that.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
You know,
it doesn't matter if the character's good. It doesn't matter what color they are.
As long as the characters, even with the political correctness BS, if the character's good, if the story is good, it doesn't matter.
You'll overlook it.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna come back to some more of your let me see. You only got 3 more left. Let me do these 3, and then I'm gonna keep going with because I want to jump into this Marvel stuff. He says, "Nah, Demon Slayer has outsold One Piece in the last 3 years. One Punch Man is selling well." Uh, no, true. No, I'm talking overall.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, like Demon Slayer. I think has only been out for the past 2 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Same with One Punch. I think One Punch Man might be 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. One Piece has been going on for the past 20 something years.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Um, Along with Dragon Ball. So you got stuff like that going on. Demon Slayer
It's
is is
new.
is new. It's a phenomenon. It's kicking ass in the box office. It even came over here and gave Mortal Kombat a run for its money in the box office. So you know what I'm saying,
Every new anime that comes overseas does that.
right? Yes.
Pokemon did that
Yep.
for a
Yep.
long time.
You're gonna have your outliers,
Right.
but One Piece is Batman or X-Men, or you know what I'm saying.
Right. One of the heavy hitters.
One of the heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? One Punch Man and Demon Slayer, they're brand new to the game. So of course they're good. They're good characters.
They're
Good
hot.
writing.
Yeah.
They're hot. And I'm not taking nothing away from, but just the overall of it.
Right.
Let me see this last one. They stopped because most of the manga writers are old as fuck. Old is like the youngest at 44 years old. Yeah, but old is also sickly. They
Yeah.
all get sickly when they write those mangas, man, and they do the drawings and stuff. They get sickly. It's like they remember they got to push these. Unlike American comics, which is it's what a monthly periodical. I think mangas are weekly,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. So they have to give you a story every week. They got to write the story, draw the story every week, because most of the writers are also the artists. Every week. Do you know how tiring that is? You got to have a team. You know what I'm saying? Like that is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, man, XR, keep them coming, dog. Oh, you got one more. Okay, it says these minorities are the Twitter mod. They don't represent all of us.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a lot of people who don't represent me who go to the movie
Right.
theaters.
Exactly. No
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? Don't expect. Quit saying that they're the minority. They're not the minority. If a company switches something,
They're
it's
going
not
to cater to the majority, not
majority,
the
right?
minority.
Not the minority. If you think that them making a black Superman is because of black, it's not because of black people. It's because of that white guy who pays the money, who pays majority of the money. You see what I'm saying? You hear that word majority? He pays the money. He says, "Hey man, my niece is married to a black guy. He would love to see a black guy on screen.
Right.
He would love to see that." That's who they cater to. The
Mm-hmm.
money. The money. Majority of the people who will still show up because it's a black super, because not because it's a black Superman, but because it's Superman.
Yep.
If they market it right and get actual people who care about this character, who
Yep.
also care about being black, they can make it huge. They
Mm-hmm.
can make it big. White people gonna show up because of Superman. They might
Yep.
get to the movie theater and be like, "What the fuck, a black Superman?" But they
You
gonna
gotta
sit down and watch it
see this just because. Yeah.
just because. You'll get black folks who just want to see a black man on screen show up to the movie theater, and then
No doubt.
you'll get some, a hardcore black Superman fan. Like, man, I've been waiting for them to tell this story. And you see what I'm saying?
That's the minority.
Yeah, that's but I just catered to three people.
Right.
I just catered to three demographics.
Right.
And that's all it is. It's all about marketing, man. If I can market it well, people will show up.
Doesn't matter what
If
it is.
if I build it, they will come.
Right. Big time.
If I build it, they will come. Let me keep going with this Marvel stuff, man. Where am I at? I done lost my place.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So we know that. I didn't know. Like I said, I've kind of been in the funk all week, but come to find out, I guess it was some new announcements, changing the names of some sequels coming forward.
Yeah.
I think they're announcing Nomad, from what I understand. There's going to be either a Nomad film or a series. Uh, what we got? Captain America 4 was announced. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, they showed the letterhead, the font for that.
Mm-hmm.
Quantum Mania, they showed that they changed Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel.
to the Marvels,
Yep.
and Black Panther 2 to Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
And I want to talk about the connectedness of everything that's going on. That's kind of what I really want to talk about. So I'm gonna put this up and show you how
Okay.
everything connects. Where is it at? 1 second. Put this little flow chart up. See if you can you see that?
Yeah.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the Marvel Studios I saw this on Murphy's multiverse as I was
Okay.
reading stuff. But it's a lot. It shows like what can or what will be connected. Everything that's in the blue is said to be confirmed. So confirmed appearances and projects. Everything in the red is theorized. So I'm gonna start with the confirmed. So everything branching out from Falcon. It seems like a lot of stuff branches out from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As I'm looking. So you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then you got Sam Wilson being in Captain America 4. We know that going forward. We already know. I think we talked about it. What storyline they could do. We talked about some of the villains that could show up. Super Curly, what's up? What's up? Let me see. Super Curly. Super Curly says, "Happy belated Star Wars Day from yesterday." Yeah, may the 4 be with you. I know Luke got a lightsaber, but you two don't need one. You're both already slaying it.
Appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, appreciate that. Then we got. I'm gonna just try to stick with all the blues for right now. We got WandaVision branching off, Scarlet Witch going into Doctor Strange.
Yep.
And multiverse, and then you got Monica Rambeau going over to the Marvels, and then you got Kamala Khan going over to Miss Marvel. Now, how do you feel? Because I kind of want to talk about the Marvels because I think the Marvels could be the big hit that they expected Captain Marvel to be.
Yeah.
I think they get the diversity that they wanted. I think they're gonna not be so femininely positive, if you get what I'm saying, because they try to drive home the feminine aspect. You know what I'm saying? Real female, strong, this, that, and you know what I'm saying? I think they just, I want them to just tell a dope ass story because you already got at least 2 strong females. We have Monica Rambeau and we have Carol Danvers.
Yep.
I think they're gonna come to a head. Maybe Miss Marvel in the middle, Kamala Khan in the middle. How do you feel that will happen? How do you feel that movie, or how do you feel it can blow up? Because I think it can blow up and be huge.
I could see it being the fact of they have a team again, a full team at this point. I feel like we're going to have at least 3 or 4 characters because who do we have? We have Captain Marvel.
Yep.
We have Miss Marvel.
Okay.
We have Monica Rambeau as Photon.
Yep.
Okay. And who else? Who else could play a part in the movie? That's who's going to round out the team, I think, because I think that's.
I would love, you know what? This is my opportunity. Blue Marvel. It's called the Marvels.
I could see it. They have to.
It's called the Marvels. But would that be too much? Because you can't just have him show up. And you can't tell his story in the background because to me that would take away from
the characters
that's already involved. But like it's perfect to have him to at least spin him off from that some kind of way. He has, to me, maybe him just him as not being Blue Marvel, but him just being the physicist that he is,
right?
The astrophysicist. He doesn't have to showcases that he has superpowers. He could be still retired. Nobody knows that he was Blue Marvel back in the day. You see what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
What if they do it that way? He's just being
Didn't they say in WandaVision,
uh-huh.
or was it a no, he was an engineer, not a
Yeah.
physicist.
Yeah, he was an engineer, but they can change it. It wouldn't
Yeah,
take much to change his storyline. We never got to meet whoever the astrophysicist
that's
was.
why I feel like that would be a good kind of a way in to
Yeah,
change the
we
character up.
never got to
Yeah,
see that. So, and they could change it to where I
and
mean,
they are. She's already
have both of them.
confirmed.
Yeah,
Monica Rambeau's already confirmed. So,
there you go. That
mhm.
could be her love interest,
Yeah.
since they are love interest in the comic books and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, to me, I'm more when I saw it announced, I got hyped. I'm a big Captain Marvel fan anyway.
Hmm.
I'm a big Blue Marvel fan. When they introduced him, it was dope. Now, XR, you talking about original black characters, Blue Marvel, and when they introduced them and told the story, I thought that was one of the dopest stories that because they introduced him around the same time that they introduced Isaiah Bradley, right?
Hmm.
We got a dope story with Isaiah Bradley, but to me, I think they took it a bit further because you got Blue Marvel suited up, you not knowing what color he was, handling business. Everybody in
Right.
love with him. Oh, Blue
Right.
Marvel saved the day. He saved the day.
Then
Saved
you
the
see
day.
his face.
Costume gets ripped up. Man,
All hell goes into
what
in a
the
handbasket.
hell?
Yeah.
It's a black man. What's it? It's a pronoun.
Yeah. A pronoun.
Oh man, it got so bad to where Congress convened, said the president need to make him stop. You know what I'm saying? Now this was a dude who was serving his country.
Nobody asked
Make
him
him stop.
to, wasn't being
Right.
paid, none of that.
This was in the 60s. This was during I want to say the Panthers was going on, and they actually said, hey, look, we can't have him out here doing that because what if he starts helping them? That's exactly what they said.
Hmm.
Them.
What if he gets out of our control?
Right. Oh man, that to me, reading that story gave me chills because that showcases, just like how Falcon and the Winter Soldier did, it showcases that how black, you know what I'm saying, us as black folks, as patriotic as we are, how we want to represent this country, how we want to do right and do everything. Soon as right, they put the brakes on us, man.
Uh-huh.
Like what make you think that I'm gonna go outside of doing what I've been doing? You see what I'm saying? Like what make you think that? I've been Blue Marvel flying and beating up aliens and stopping all this stuff for the longest. Now you find out that I'm black. You want me to stop? You know what I'm saying? Captain America ain't around. He's still frozen.
Yep.
During this time period, ain't no real superheroes running around. I'm the only one you got, and you want me to stop because I'm black. That is crazy to me. I love that story, man. I love that story. But
Yeah.
I would love to see them introduce him into the Marvel some kind of way, man. But to me, it just opens up. The Marvels opens up a lot of things. I was doing notes, and with this interconnected storylines, this is what we got. To me, we got going forward. This is how Marvel is doing things. We talked about grounded and stuff like that. Marvel has it's two sides to the characters. You got the military skill driven character,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the mystic cosmic focused character.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the Marvels could open up the cosmic side, huge, big. You know what I'm saying? On my
Okay.
part. Then everything that's spinning out of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. To me, everything that spins out of that, as showcased by this interconnected storyline, is like we talked about Captain America 4, Nomad, Armor Wars, Ironheart, Black Widow, Hawkeye. All of those characters are going to be real good for telling story driven, if you get what I'm saying. So we'll get a major piece of the story from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A lot of things going to interconnect, but then with the Marvels, it's going to open up the universe, and we're going to get a lot of science fiction from that. You see what I'm saying? Because dealing with Ironheart and all them, I don't necessarily look at somebody walk around in a suit of armor as science fiction. I think of that more as science because we can actually kind of do that.
Yeah.
But with what Miss Marvel, the Marvels, and all of that, the focus there for me is gonna be is big on my end, man. That's how I look at it. What else we got that's confirmed? Guardians of the Galaxy showing up in Thor: Love and Thunder. We know that. And Echo showing up. Maya Lopez with Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what XR talking about. XR says the only Eternal that hasn't been tokenized and gender swapped is Icarus. The others don't look nothing like the comics. Yeah, because Icarus, and I'm gonna tell you this. Well, no, Cersei. Cersei hasn't been gender swapped. Cersei and Icarus are the only ones that actually play a role in Marvel. That's why. That's why they want because people know who Icarus is. People know Cersei was an Avenger. Cersei was an Avenger. She has her love interest is the Black Knight. They're not gonna do anything to gender swap them. Everybody else is basically whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember, the Eternals is not popular whatsoever. They could have made them all black and nobody would have cared because
Nobody would have known, right? Other than the hardcore fans.
They could have made them all Asian. They could have just made them grotesque aliens. They could have did anything with the Eternals. You see what I'm saying? And even if they did that, I guarantee you they still would have kept Icarus as is, and they still would have kept Cersei as is, because those are the only two people who have major roles in anything Marvel comic canon related.
Gotcha.
Like I said, Cersei is an Avenger. Icarus has shown up and fought on many occasions. He was kind of like Marvel Superman, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, nobody cares about Sprite. Nobody cares about the other dude. You know what I'm saying? I can't even remember all the names of them. Nobody really cares. Oh, Athena. Nobody cares about her. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's why they're making their movie.
Right.
They want people to care about them.
They want people to, and guess what? I got the lead way. I got heavy liberty to do what I want to do with these characters, and nobody would bat an eye.
Right.
You see, I come out with Eternals. Let's say I do introduce the way mutants are, you know what I'm saying, could come into the world or whatever. I can do whatever with the Eternals. Nobody will go back and try to read the storyline and bitch, moan, and complain about what I did with the Eternals.
I feel like this also is how they are, but they just can't say anything yet. That's the only reason I see them making this movie, and to give Thanos a little bit of a backstory.
Right.
Because he's still a relevant character.
Yep. Still relevant. XR also goes on to say Blue Marvel is one of my favorite. He also was written by Black. Yeah, he was written by the dude who did what's the Vampire versus Werewolves movie?
Underworld.
A lot of people don't know Underworld was created by, I can't remember his name. He played in the first Underworld. He was the Black Lycan, the big black dude.
Oh, okay. He's what's his name? He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, that's him.
What's his name? Oh, dude.
He created Blue Marvel. He also created Underworld. That's what's his.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Look his name up.
Yeah, he's been around for a hot minute.
I get that work. Kevin Gervais.
Okay,
I think that's how you pronounce it. Kevin Gervais. You know, he's got one of them French Creole names.
Right.
But yeah, he XR, you absolutely correct. Let me see if I could bring this up on the screen real quick. Stop the sharing of that. This guy right here.
Yep.
That guy. Yeah, he created Underworld and he created Blue Marvel. So maybe that's why they don't use him a lot. They don't want to pay him no money.
Yeah.
But yeah, XR, you're absolutely right, man. He was also written by a black man. I just don't get why they don't do more comic stores with him. Marvel has so much money printing powerhouses they don't use. And You're not the first one to say that. I say that all the time. Anytime there's a big threat, they get rid of their heavy hitters because it would be too easy to use those heavy hitters. Um, and I think some of the writers actually started looking at that because they threw Sentry in with the King in Black, and they had the King in Black get ripped in half. You know what I'm saying? Just to show that, because think about it, when what was the last big thing going on? And I was like, damn, you know what? Blue Marvel and Photon could just show up and get rid of all this shit, and that'll be it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that because it would not suit the story. You see what I'm saying? If these OP books, and I'm gonna tell you this, maybe they do this so they don't have to bring them in a lot, but a lot of black characters in comic books are OP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but a lot of them, majority of the black characters are OP.
They're a mega level.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't know if they're trying to say, trying to give us, hey, at least we gave you, you know what I'm saying, you OP, but since we're OP, now we can't be used in the story.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Too powerful. Too easy to answer. Yeah. A problem.
Powerful. And that it's an article on that actually. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. They should use or come up with some storylines to use these. I don't know. Have you ever read the Ultimates, XR? The Ultimates is dope because they got all the powerhouses in it. Blue Marvel, Photon, America Chavez, who am I missing? Black Panther, and who else? It's one more. Was it Captain Marvel? And Captain Marvel, I want to believe. I think it's Captain Marvel. And they're the ones who they're trying to stop Galactus. And by stopping Galactus, they ended up turning Galactus into not a world destroyer. They made him a world bringer. It was weird. He had this golden suit of armor, and he started making new worlds. You know what I'm saying? He quit destroying the worlds. He started making new worlds. But in doing so, it messed up the natural balance of the universe. So they had to figure out how to fix that shit too. So check that, because not only is he OP, Blue Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
he might be one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's OP on both levels. His mind is OP and his powers is OP.
Right.
He doesn't have a weakness on Earth. His only weakness is if he goes into the Phantom, was it not the Phantom, the negative zone. And that's what his armor, his armor was made to stop the anything that was going on in the negative zone. That's his only weakness. Well, guess what? The negative zone doesn't exist in regular Marvel world. So
right. No, yeah.
has no weaknesses. It's crazy. That's just beyond OP, man. Beyond OP. He says Sentry and Thor are the biggest jobbers and sandbags in Marvel nowadays. Hey, well, you know what? I kind of like the storyline that they're doing with Thor, because they're taking Thor's powers and redirecting, because it's not about him just smashing and fighting. He has to use his mind.
He's not a brute anymore.
Right, he's not just a brute. The things that he does now has consequences. Because a lot of times Thor didn't, Thor.
He was a tank.
Tanks, they don't have consequences. They fight.
No personality, none of that. Right.
Now a lot of things that he does has consequences. They weigh on his mind. He's more personable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's more of a character. They actually, to me, they've developed Thor more. You see what I'm saying? And this isn't coming from the MCU. This is just how they're writing them. And I think it's Donny Coates. Donny Coates has done a spectacular job at writing Thor, to me. Just, you know what I'm saying? To me. He says, I read when Blue Marvel went against. Yeah, that was the Ultimates. Let me get back to these interconnected storylines. I'm gonna get your comment though, XR. I'm gonna get back to these storylines. What are we talking about? Oh, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. How do you feel about that title? Them changing the title to Wakanda Forever. What does it mean? Did you look at it the same way I looked at it? Like, I kind of felt like they won't even have Black Panther in this movie. And them saying we're not going to recast T'Challa means they're not going to kill him off. He just won't be in this movie at all. This will be a Wakanda-driven movie. That's how I kind of look at it.
Making Wakanda be its own character.
Yeah.
My thought process when I see this title is that something happens and breaks Wakanda. And we're talking about the memory of Wakanda forever.
Do you think that is T'Challa missing?
T'Challa missing, them not having a leader, and them getting invaded and being overrun.
And somebody has to step up as leader.
Yep. Because think about it. It's the perfect setup for them to bring in Namor still as a villain.
Yeah.
Hey, when does Wakanda never had a Black Panther to lead it?
Right.
Okay, I'm coming to take all of that. Well, all y'all got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see that. I kind of. That makes a lot of sense.
I feel like that's the only route they can go to make it make sense. And anybody that knows the storyline knows that.
Yeah. I think this is what they do. I think they're going to use some old footage.
Yeah.
That we've never seen.
Show him die in battle. Give him a big old send-off, big old funeral, just like Tony Stark.
He doesn't have to die. Because I still don't think that they should. Don't think that. No, they won't recast T'Challa in this movie. But I think he will be recasted. This one, we use old footage. Show him. Maybe it seems like he died. Just like in the first movie, fell off the cliff. Something like that. The flood happens, like you said. Namor floods Wakanda.
Right.
He gets caught up in the flood. We don't know. He disappears. No body is found. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
He disappeared in the first movie.
He did. I know, but they can rehash. They could rehash it some way to where, because if they kill him off, that property to me is dead in the water. That's how I feel. I don't know. I feel they killed T'Challa off. Black Panther, that property of Black Panther is no more. I know that mantle can be passed down. I get it. But I think
there's nobody that can take the Black Panther moniker and it still be canon. 100%.
Right. Or go for even if they did Shuri, M'Baku, what storylines are you going to do? Are you going to now make M'Baku go to war with Namor? He's not smart. M'Baku's not smart.
I don't feel like the actor can carry the role either. Yeah. I like Winston Duke, but I don't see him as a leading man.
Yeah. I agree with that. Shuri's smart, but she's not battle.
Not a leader.
And she's not right. She's not a leader. She's not a general. Because you got to think Black Panther has to go up against not only Namor, Dr. Doom.
Yep.
And that's why I say dead in the water. Because how are you going to do the storyline going forward? Are you just going to make Dr. Doom just strictly a Fantastic Four villain? Why? When Dr. Doom is a Marvel villain.
Right. He should be a threat to the same caliber as Thanos. Yes. It should take about 5 or 6 movies for him to just even explain the arc of the why.
Why? Right. Hell, even Namor being as twisted as, I'm a villain today, but I'm a superhero tomorrow.
Right.
That should take some to read, because this is what I fear. What you saying, that Namor shows up, I fear that they kill him off.
Yes, they do it with a lot of the villains that are staples. They've killed them off.
Right, but I fear you kill Namor off, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because Namor being the anti-hero, anti-villain, whatever you want to classify him as, it's a lot of story with, it's all right. They killed Thanos, right?
But that's the thing, though. I feel like they're going to retcon that too.
Me too.
I feel like Loki will retcon Thanos' death
Yeah.
100%.
And to bring it, you bringing up Loki. They say they want 3 seasons, at least 3 seasons of Loki.
I feel like it'll retcon a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
I feel like they could even bring Coulson back at this point into the main storyline, and he would.
I think they should, man. Honestly,
he's a fan favorite character and always has been.
He's a good character, man. But yeah, them killing off. I just think certain characters. Who did they kill off? They killed off Ultron. That was. I think they shot themselves in the foot, but it's rumblings that they're gonna bring him back. You know,
I feel like he's out there somewhere. They killed off Claw. Killmonger.
I don't mind Claw. Killmonger. They wrote him so hard that he had to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. It was they wrote him as a one and done.
Yeah, he had to go.
Who else? I mean,
the only character they really kept is Loki and Ghost.
Yep.
Those are the only characters as far as villains that they've really kept. Loki and Ghost. Zemo.
Yeah.
As far as villains,
right.
Everybody else has died. So,
but now going back and thinking about it, I mean, like you said, Whiplash died.
Yep.
But I feel like they're going to kill a lot of Iron Man's rogues gallery. They will kill him, or they'll try to make him fit in. You know what I'm saying? With Ironheart or even
Armor Wars.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think Hammer comes back.
I think so.
Killian, what's his name? Killian in Iron Man 3. What was his name? Was his last name Killian?
Yes.
He's done.
Yes.
There's no need for now. Justin Hammer should always, to me, be an adversary to Stark Industries.
Yep, because he wants their tech.
Right. I think we're going to see a lot more Roxxon too.
Okay.
I think Roxxon will play a big role.
That's tying into Spider-Man. So
yeah. Roxxon to play a big role, and we will see. What was his name? The guy who was in charge of Roxxon, who turns into the Minotaur. Damn, I can't think of his name. We might see him show up some kind of way.
Oh man, you're right.
He won't turn into the Minotaur, but
no.
What if? Ooh, you know what?
Didn't they just do that storyline with Roxxon in the Miles Morales game?
Yeah.
What was his name? Simon.
I can't think his name.
Oh, but that wasn't the same leader of Roxxon, was it?
Hold on, let me check.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's another. If you go back and look at those, that's a lot of springboard about how they're going to make their movies going forward too. They test out storylines in that video game, all of them.
Oh yeah.
I feel like with Miles Morales being a hit all the way around, he'll make his way into real life here very soon. Very soon, if not already.
Okay, the guy I'm talking about is Dario Agger. He's the Minotaur. He's the new CEO of Roxxon. That's
Gotcha.
And I think you're talking about what's his name? I don't see him on here. Okay, here we go. Simon Krager.
There it is.
Simon Krager. He was the head. Was he?
Is that canon? Yeah.
Simon Krager. Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was a vice president.
Okay.
He was a vice president. So yeah, they can do that, man.
Yeah.
Let me hop into these comments. Let me see what we got.
Okay.
XR says Thor is more of a soft soy boy, better wimp nowadays. No, I don't think so. Once he became king of Asgard officially, like not just filling in, like you know what I'm saying. I think he finally realized that it's way. You got to think Thor is an adventurer. Thor is an adventurer. He wants to go out, smash, break shit, and have adventures. Now that crown is weighing heavy on him, man. Being the king of Asgard is weighing real heavy. Him taking over Odin's spot is weighing, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't go out and do the things that he normally does.
Has to protect his people.
He got you right. Because remember, Thor loves Earth.
Yep.
Thor loves Midgard. He don't, you know what I'm saying? Everything else, if it's threatening Midgard, he'll go fight. Everything else, oh, that's going against Nephilim or whoever. I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have somebody who will take care of that.
Right. Now he's the protector of all the 9 realms. You see what I'm saying? He has to make decisions for all of that. And that's what you get. You're getting him having more empathy. You might say he's beta, but I don't think that's beta. I think that's alpha to me. Because now I got way more people to take care of than I initially thought. And I can't go do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? The Avengers has got something going on, but shit, I got to go fly out and talk to Galactus because it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that shit. I want to go help see what Captain America got going on. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with you on that. Since the only one getting respect are the Immortal Hulk and Venom. Yeah, Immortal Hulk is a dope story. Venom is dope, just coming off the King in Black storyline.
Oh yeah, from Null, yeah.
Yep, them reintroducing Flash Thompson as anti-Venom and stuff like that. I always love Venom will always be a fan favorite. That black suit just what can I say, man? That black suit is something else. You know it's something else. And then
that whole storyline is just cool.
Eddie Brock being Venom, you know what I'm saying? And then now he's actually leaning into being Venom other than just trying to get revenge on Peter Parker. Like, nah, Venom is dope, man.
Yeah.
Venom is dope. I think this comment is for what we're talking about, Black Panther. He says they need a 6 foot tall, young, athletic, fit, ripped black man to play Black Panther. I agree, but he can't be. I want him to be a nobody, but I want him to be recognizable.
Yep.
You see, if that makes sense. I don't want him to be a big star, but I want people to be like, oh, that's that guy. You see what I'm saying? That way they can build on this and because when you get a superstar, the expectations is going to be high, right? I don't want the expectations to be high. I want them to look at him for what he is. You know what I'm saying? He would already have big shoes to fill. Following Chadwick Boseman, so you don't want the bar is already set high, right? But you don't want the fans or just the people to look at this guy
to push the bar higher.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's got to live up to Chadwick. We don't want that. You know
what I'm saying?
We
want somebody to make it their own.
Exactly.
I thought about that today, man. Who I would think. I want Yaha, bro.
Yaha.
My duel he played Black Manta and.
Oh yeah, we said that. We did.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah. And I watched. I saw that little piece that they talked about for Candyman earlier. Yeah. Man, that guy is going places, dude.
He is. And I think he's got martial arts skills. If I remember.
Yeah. And he's athletic. He's huge.
Got the nice build to him. Yeah.
Well,
oh, man, I agree with you. And he kind of looks like that in the comic book. So
you're right.
He kind of looks like that. Another comment. He says, "Man, DC has a gold mine of characters they don't use because they only care about Batman and Superman." I totally agree.
But we talked about that earlier too.
We were talking about earlier. Use Batman and Superman to catapult some of these
newer characters,
these unknown characters. Man, you hit it on the nail with that, man. WB, DC, they don't know what the hell they're doing with the properties that they have. Right? They got a gold, like you said, a gold mine they have over there. And they're just letting it go to waste because, like you said, they only want to concentrate on Batman or Superman. When you got Zack Snyder gave you the perfect platform to springboard off of. You don't want to bring it back? Cool. But keep going.
Yep.
Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. It makes no sense to just say, all right, I'm done with this. Let's try something new. Why try something new? What you got isn't broke.
Right.
It's not broke. Did it compete with Marvel? No, but Marvel had 10 years in the game already by the time you had started doing what you was doing.
Right.
They built their stuff up from you. DC, you don't even have to build it from the ground up.
You already did it.
You don't have to do that. Just keep going. Keep going. You're gonna get some failures. The thing Marvel does well is they make
They
their failures,
accept it.
right, look like it's good. Oh, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? That was for the story. We don't mind. Or they learn from it.
Yep.
Thor 2, okay. Thor's a little too much, too abrasive, a little too brash. Let's see what humor can do for Thor. Boom. Everybody loves Thor with humor.
And that goes from changing the writer or changing the director.
Right. The thing is, you don't have to keep a director.
Nope.
We know it's the Snyderverse. We know everybody screaming at it. And I'm gonna tell you this: all the Snyder people out there who scream and restore the Snyderverse. Do you want restore the Snyderverse or do you want Zack Snyder back?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Because the Snyderverse could go and continue with different directors,
right.
But to make Zack Snyder make all those movies,
yeah,
he's not going to do that.
And you don't want you don't want that. You want the different because every character Zack Snyder might not do good with Batman.
Right. I don't think he would anyway.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe Superman's his guy. He might not do good with Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Aquaman's his guy, even though he didn't do Aquaman. But that's what I'm saying. When a director gets a character and say, when Marvel goes and gets James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn is all in on just those characters.
Yep.
When Marvel goes and gets Joss Whedon to do the Avengers, he's all in on the Avengers as a collective. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
For the viewer.
Mm-hmm. A different perspective.
It's a breath of fresh air. Different, like you said, different perspective. I don't have now it's something different. Same characters, something different. Color palette might be different. The writing style is different. Thor might be a little different. Captain America might be a little different over here. But at the end, it all mixes well. It all comes together good to do it, to portray a good job.
Right.
And that's what you want, man. That's what you want. Keep these comments going. Gooch, what up, Gooch? I see you out there. He says, Blue Marvel so powerful because his powers are connected to the antimatter dimension. Blue Marvel hasn't used all his powers yet in the comics. Exactly. Because he's open. Who can he use it on?
No, I don't think so.
Who would Blue Marvel use his powers on? They won't let him use his powers on anybody.
Mm-mm.
They won't let him.
Yeah.
The time he lost to the Sentry was because he got distracted by the Avengers and Sentry came up with the chip point. Yeah, but that's him versus the Sentry. Like, that's not supposed to happen anyway, right? Two heroes fighting isn't supposed to happen. And I think he probably would have beat the Sentry. That's just me personally. He says AV Arad is going to ruin Carnage and Morbius. They say those are kid-friendly characters when they are dark and gritty as fuck. Carnage is a serial killer and crazy. He can't be PG-13.
Venom is rated R, XR.
Yeah. Venom
Let to be Carnage is rated R.
Right. That's rated R. The last Venom was rated R.
Yep.
I know it didn't seem like it, but that Venom was rated R.
And this one, you're gonna get the bladed weapons. You're gonna get all the blood. You're gonna get all of that. I promise you.
Remember,
I promise you.
Sony doesn't care about Disney.
Nah, at all. They don't follow the same values.
Yeah, they don't care about Disney. They're gonna give you Venom. You want Venom? They're gonna give it to you. The Morbius trailer seems dark and gritty.
Yeah. I don't think Jared Leto would have signed on to do Morbius if they weren't going to give justice to the character. He's that kind of actor.
Right. Yep. He's going to go above and beyond.
And for you to say AV Arad is going to ruin Carnage, I mean, he gave you the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, bro.
Sam Raimi stuff.
Right. Come on, dude. AV Arad is a genius.
AV Arad was he's been CEO. Was he CEO of Marvel, of actual Marvel for a long time? AVA Rad is the man. Him and his brother, because they're brothers. AV
Yeah.
and I forgot the other brother. They do good work. And I don't know what you mean on
Yeah,
that one.
right. AVA Rat is a genius, dude. And he's been that's the thing. He can do more than just
Yeah.
horror or comic book movies. AVA Rat does all of Sam Raimi's horror movies.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, he's a monster. You can't take nothing away from that guy.
Let me look at AVA Rad. He's been around for
For a long time. Yeah.
Matter of fact, he founded Marvel Studios. I didn't
Right.
know.
Yeah. This is the man who's been one of the key players for a long time.
Yeah, he was this chief creative officer at Marvel Entertainment for a long in the 90s.
Yeah.
He gave you. He did. Matter of fact, he's been
All the
involved
Fox
in
cartoons
no, not just that. He's been involved in anything Marvel.
for the last 25 years. Right. So how can you say this man's going to ruin anything?
Or not.
And he's been an executive producer.
Yeah. And, XR, you say he ruined Spider-Man 3?
No. Sony
him.
ruined Spider-Man 3. Sony.
Look, I'm gonna go down all the stuff he's produced. From 1993, he gave us King Arthur, Knights of Justice. I don't even remember that. Double Dragon was trash. We know that. The Box Master. He gave us these are TV series, so I'm guessing these are cartoon series. He gave us 1994 Iron Man, 1994 Fantastic Four, 1994 Spider-Man.
Come on, dog. Yeah, 1995 X-Men. Yeah.
Yep. Incredible Hulk, Generation X, that TV pilot, which was trash.
Yeah, I remember.
Cartoon Silver Surfer, which to me was a dope, one of the better cartoons that came out that only lasted for one season. I don't know why.
Oh, Fox. Exactly right.
Fox. Right. He gave us Blade in 19.
The movie.
You love.
Yeah.
You love Blade. He gave us Blade. He gave us Spider-Man Unlimited, the cartoon. He gave us The Avengers United They Stand, which was trash. Like everything he does isn't good. I'm not gonna say that. But when he hits, he hits.
Yeah.
He gave us X-Men Evolution, which was good. He gave us X-Men, the movie.
The first one with Singer, yeah. Right. He hired Bryan Singer to write the movie. He's a kid, right? Yeah.
Blade 2, Spider-Man in 2002, Daredevil. Some people like it, some people didn't. I kind of enjoyed Daredevil.
I could have done without Ben Affleck, but yeah.
I'm a Ben Affleck. I like Ben Affleck.
Not as Daredevil.
Not as Daredevil.
And not Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin either. So,
Spider-Man 2, he gave us. Like the list goes on. Like he gave us any and everything Marvel.
Right.
And because that's the thing, him and Kevin Feige, all of those movies that I named off, Kevin Feige was there for those too.
Yep. He just wasn't he was like a creative control. Right.
He's giving us, man, this dude is on point. This dude is on point, man. I can't say nothing bad about him, dog. Cannot say nothing. Iron Man in 2000. So Iron Man was 2008. I thought it was early. I thought it was 05. So Iron Man was 2008. Then he gave us the Incredible Hulk. Then he came back and gave us the Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He gave us Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? I guess he went straight Sony on that side for a while and just let Kevin Feige do his thing over there with Marvel Studios. But yeah, he's gonna give us Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? Borderlands. Nah, you can't say he ruined. Nah, man, I can't let you talk bad about AVA.
Sony Studios ruined.
Yeah, he says AVA Rad says Carnage is kid friendly. He is the reason he's saying it's kid friendly because Carnage
it's cartoon violence.
Not just it's a popular character.
Yeah,
Carnage. Remember Maximum Carnage, which came out mid-90s,
early 90s. Yeah,
they turned that into a video game.
Yep.
That's the only story arc I ever seen out of a comic book get its own video game.
Separation Anxiety did too, but
did it?
Yep, on Super Nintendo as well.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I used to have both of them. Yeah, that's all the reason I know.
Like, what?
Right.
It's got its own video game. It's got its own cartoon arc. Carnage is popular. That's why he's saying it's kid friendly, meaning kids want to see carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know he's a serial killer. We know that.
Right.
That's part of his character.
Yep.
Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer. We know, but
Right.
the kids love him.
Yep.
Deadpool,
Kids love
what you think
serial
Deadpool
killers
is?
now. Right. He was a contract killer,
Yeah,
which is the same thing. He just did it for
Deadpool
money.
is.
Right. Yeah.
Deadpool is kid friendly.
Like a motherfucker. Right.
It's
Yeah.
kid-friendly. His term of saying kid friendly just means I can merchandise Carnage and put it on t-shirts and have kids walking around wearing it.
Right. Just
That's
like
what
they did with
kid-friendly
Venom
means.
or Deadpool, like you said. Right.
That's all that means. That means I can take Carnage, pull him out of the movies or the comic books, make a toy out of it, and kids will go and buy this toy.
Yep.
That's what kid friendly means. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna take Carnage and dumb him down and now he's gonna be fucking Pinocchio or something like that. No, he's gonna be the serial killer that you want. Venom is R-rated.
Right. If that was the case, we wouldn't even be getting Carnage as a character, my friend.
Because they didn't have to do Carnage right off the bat. They could have tried to implement Spider-Man into Venom some kind of way.
Yep. That's the route I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, that would have been the safe route.
And the funny thing about it is they already set that up in the movie. Yeah. You realize that, right? That's why they're in LA and not New York. Because Eddie Brock had already been run out of New York by Jonah Jameson. Yeah.
So they could have they could have easily went the safe route.
Right.
And did that. But they didn't. They chose to do Carnage. Why? Because they know the kids want Carnage.
They want to make it a household name.
Right. They know that this is something we can give them, sell, box up, post on t-shirts and posters. And
Venom has to have nemesis. And they didn't do Spider-Man, so we had to have another nemesis.
Yep. Watch. Carnage is gonna, once they start pushing Let There Be Carnage, this sequel, and they start the marketing behind it, watch what happens. Watch the t-shirts that pop up.
Funko Pops, action figures, video games. Man, I'm telling you, that's money.
You're gonna get a Carnage skin on Fortnite.
Oh yeah, if it hasn't already happened, right?
Yeah. Watch. I'm telling you, watch and see. Carnage is kid friendly because of that. Because of 1993 or 4, whenever Maximum Carnage came out.
Right.
That's the reason why. That was one of Spider-Man's biggest stories.
Right.
Every kid.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every kid loved it.
Right.
It brought all and then it brought all the other symbiotes out.
Right.
Look, man.
I tell you, Carnage is kid friendly because it's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, and in the most layman's terms way to say it, it's a cartoon. It's not real. That they'll bank on that 110%.
I can kill Carnage and bring him back day after day.
Exactly.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real. That what makes it kid friendly, because there's nobody inside a Carnage suit even. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to be CGI. So it's all going to be cartoon.
Yep.
Unreal.
Do you think you'll see real blood in this movie? Absolutely not. You will see CGI blood. And that it will be Carnage, but it won't be real.
Right. There you go. He says the Incredible Hulk cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon, X-Men cartoon I grew up with. Carnage is brutal, violent, and a killer in most of his comics. He shouldn't be PG-13. Same with Venom and Morbius. Marvel need to sell those characters where they can shine at the fullest. Marvel has no control of Carnage, Spider-Man, nor Venom.
Nope. They don't fall into the deal with Sony. They're Sony characters because they're Spider-Man characters.
Yeah, Marvel does not own anything spider related.
Nope.
I'm surprised Punisher,
they lease it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Punisher isn't involved or thrown into that. Even Blade. I'm surprised those two characters aren't thrown into that Spider-Verse.
Because they've been in conjunction for so long.
Yeah. But yeah, Marvel doesn't own those IPs when it comes to putting them on the big screen. They own them when it comes to comic books. Do they still own Spider-Man? Yes. It's a Marvel character. But
the movie rights.
They don't own the movie rights. That's what the big deal that went down 2 weeks ago was about. how can we maneuver these movie rights to where we can, you know what I'm saying, both benefit off or whatever. Sony didn't have to do that.
Right. Nope.
So Sony didn't have to allow Spider-Man to be shown in Avengers. What was that? I'm sorry, in Civil War.
Civil War.
They
That's
didn't have to
money.
do that.
Sony piggybacked on the fact that Marvel makes money. If y'all want to use our character and we can make some of y'all's money too, why not? It's a no-brainer. That's like me letting you borrow, you know what I'm saying, my basketball to go do an NBA tryout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. I know you can make it. I know you done made it to that point. Why not let you use my shoes?
Make sure you show whose basketball it is.
Right. Make sure you put right. Exactly.
Make sure you let them know whose shoes you wearing.
Right.
Yeah, for them. It was product placement because
Very
what came
much.
after that?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Him coming home to Sony.
Sony. He says the Venom movie is too watered down to be R-rated. It wasn't watered down. It was just an easy way for them to introduce Eddie Brock and the symbiote. It was. I mean, did they pull it strictly out of the comics? No. But what easier way to introduce something that's crazy? Because you got to think that Venom movie is crazy. It's unbelievable.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's a kid's flick.
Right. It's a Venom is kid that and XR, we talk about it all the time.
Yep.
They're kid friendly. I got a Venom t-shirt right now that I've had for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My son has a Venom shirt. Venom, that emblem, that huge arachnid spider emblem, that sells, man.
People get that tattooed on them.
Yeah, that sells. And when I say sales, not just to adults, to kids,
right,
to teenagers.
But
Venom was not PG-13.
You look at the movie. Look at the goofy voice they made Venom have. That was strictly for children. That voice was not supposed to be anywhere near what the symbiote was supposed to sound like.
My bad, XR. Venom was PG-13. I'm sorry.
I knew it was.
I'm sorry. I thought it was R.
Yeah. And then the second one's going to be R-rated. I remember, I don't even think they had a whole lot of curse words even in the PG-13 version. And that's what I'm saying. We had this conversation once before. They did that to market it to kids. And I'll remember the whole big deal about the movie being PG-13. I remember even almost not wanting to go see it for the same reason that you're saying right now. The fact that it was watered down. It was made to be a kid's flick. But you can't tell me that if Marvel didn't have a hold of Deadpool wouldn't have been PG-13 because he sure would have been.
I'm gonna tell you this. It made $856 million worldwide.
As being PG-13, right.
PG-13 is a character that was not introduced. That just shows how popular Venom is. It was a character that was not introduced in a Spider-Man film or a Marvel movie. They just came out and said, we're going to, and matter of fact, they abruptly announced it. Hey, Venom comes out in a couple of months. What? Venom movie? You know what I'm saying?
And then they made it right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just came out. It just came out. Will they stay PG-13? I don't know, because it came out, it kind of piggybacked off of Joker. They're looking at Joker, they're looking at Deadpool, stuff like that.
The next one's already officially rated R.
Is it already officially rated R?
It's officially rated R already. Because the movie's done. Yeah, the movie's been done for a while now.
But to me, it could stay PG-13. Venom is a PG-13 character. Believe it or not, XR Venom is a PG-13 character, even in the comics.
Right.
He's a PG-13 character. I know he eats brains and stuff like that, but he's a PG-13 character.
It's all gonna be CGI. They're not gonna show a real person, like I said, with blood all over him or any of that. They're not gonna show you that.
He's a PG-13 character, man. He says, I haven't seen no kids reading Carnage comics. Most of the readers are young adults. But that's, young adults. What's a YA movie? Do you know what a YA movie is? A YA movie, all of them are PG-13.
Right.
What's the one where she paid tribute with with the bow and arrow. What was the name?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Those are YA books, young adult books. They made them PG-13 because young adult means you're 13 and above. Remember, PG-13 just means anybody under 13 has to be escorted by a parent. That's it. That means young adults will flock to these movies. A young adult is what? 18, 17, 18 years old, 20 years old, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, young adults read Carnage comics. Matter of fact, kids probably don't read comics because they can't go and get comics. Like I said, they're not in the candy stores no more, or the grocery stores and stuff like that. So yeah, young adults have cards and could go and get those comics. But yeah, young adult just means 18, 19, 14, 15. That's the young adult demographic.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So PG-13 is young adult demographic. He says Carnage is way more brutal, darker, crazier than Venom. They're going to ruin him. All I'm gonna just say is just watch.
No, man, just wait to be surprised.
Yeah, just watch, man. And what?
I'm gonna tell you something about the first Venom movie that you probably don't know. XR. Think about who the first Venom movie was directed by. It's the same guy that directed Zombieland.
Yeah.
So Zombieland essentially is a kids movie.
Yeah.
With zombies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing. Zombieland was gory. Mm-hmm. It had, you know what I'm saying, violence, all of that.
Yeah.
But how many kids seen Zombieland?
Yeah.
The first and the second one.
Mm-hmm. Sexual tension.
All of that. All of that.
PG-13 movie. So don't I'm trying to tell you, don't count out R-rated doesn't mean good. That's another thing. R-rated does not mean it's going to be good.
It could be R-rated and be trash. I know a lot of movies like that.
If Venom ends up being R-rated, you know what was R-rated and what was trash? Punisher. What was it? Warzone.
Warzone.
Man, that was horrible. R-rated. It was trash. Straight up trash.
It was smut.
Yeah,
that's what they try to get away with when they pushed an R-rated movie. It's smut.
That's the perfect title for it. It was smut. It was garbage.
Yeah.
It was garbage. I don't want to see that. I don't want them. You talking about ruining?
Yeah.
That set Punisher back years.
Right.
That Punisher back years. You don't want that, man. You want to at least see the character flourish.
Right.
Yeah, it might not be your Venom. It might not be your Carnage. I get it. It's a lot of characters that's not my, you know what I'm saying, that I'm like, oh, that ain't my character. But I'm older than you, XR, and I'm older than Kobe too. But it was a day and time to where we didn't have superheroes on
on the screen.
We didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? I'm
right.
happy to be getting this. I remember when when X-Men came out, we was like, what?
Right.
How the hell they gonna pull this off? You know what I'm saying? When Spider-Man came out, what?
Oh man, I remember being a kid, seeing the first trailer for the movie Spider-Man to come out, and then 9/11 happened, and we waited another 2 years for the movie, or another year. Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday.
I'm trying to tell you, XR, man, enjoy. Just be happy that you're getting it. It was a time to where comic book movies
were few and far in between.
And the ones you got was trash.
Yep, because they didn't have any faith in them.
None. They were. You talking about the majority? They really thought the majority was the comic book nerd. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, yeah, just give them a nerd story and call it a day.
Not.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Now nerd culture is the biggest culture in the world.
In the world. Move the needle every day, all day.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. Go watch.
And the people that make these movies know how to capitalize on your nerd culture because they are nerds themselves.
Go watch Captain America movie that came out in the 80s.
Go watch Fantastic Four from 1990.
Yeah, try to
That's
watch that.
probably one of the worst movies you'll ever see in your life.
If you can find it, because they wanted it. Was
Oh,
so
yeah,
bad
yeah.
they wanted to burn it.
Right.
The originals. They wanted to burn the original reels. It was so bad. I think you could find it on YouTube some places, but that's how horrible comic book movies. They've come a long way, man.
Right.
Long way. Enjoy this ride. Enjoy this ride.
Yeah, it might not be happening 10 years from now.
Yeah.
The times might change.
Enjoy
Video game movies are making a comeback.
Yeah.
They might overtake comic book movies. It could happen.
It could happen. But even to me, comic book and video game movies go hand in hand. Video game
That's very true.
Haven't had the explosion that comic book movies have.
But it's coming.
But it's coming. But I remember the trash that they Super Mario Brothers, Double Dragon,
Street Fighter.
Those are, if you hate those are the same caliber movies that we were getting that were comic book movies.
Right. That's why I have to respect Mortal Kombat. Right. Because it did something different. It broke the trope of of video game movies being bad.
Hold on. Whoa, XR. The Punisher isn't the killer that Carnage is?
Oh man.
Oh man.
You need to wake up and smell the coffee, my friend.
The Punisher shouldn't even be considered a hero. That's
No.
how horrible he is. His body count surpasses Carnage, bro.
Yeah. Because Carnage doesn't even have that long of a storyline.
Punisher's body count? I don't even think Wolverine has the same body count as the Punisher. I don't think nobody has the same body count as the Punisher.
Right.
Unless you're talking about like Thanos snapping his fingers or, these cosmic being world events, stuff like that.
Right. Carnage isn't a cosmic being either. Yeah.
Man, on the ground level?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You're talking about outside of somebody that's an Omega level character. Right.
Oh, the Punisher puts Mephisto to shame, bro.
Right.
What are you talking about? He isn't the killer that Carnage is. Punisher will kill anybody just to get his deed done. If you're in his way,
you are done.
You will be murked off. The Punisher don't get. He's above the law, and that's why the Marvel writers came out and told the police that they shouldn't be even wearing the Punisher symbol. Shouldn't represent
police officers. Because they're not. That's not a police officer. That's a vigilante.
It wasn't Marvel. It was the person who created the Punisher.
Right.
He came out and said, "Nah, man, y'all don't want to wear that. This is not the person that y'all want to represent."
No.
That's how bad the Punisher is. Frank Castle is a horrible human being, bro. No regards for human life.
Think about when you met Cletus Cassidy. You met him behind bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was in captivity most of the time. You know what I'm saying? The story was even happening. So talking about a character who has free reign to do whatever they want relative to a character who in the majority of their story was in captivity.
Cletus as a human being might have killed maybe 3 or 4. What got him to be a serial killer.
Right.
Then once he became Carnage, he went.
He had the power then.
Right. But the Punisher
is a man, just a man.
Nope. He says, but the Punisher is the killer. The Carnage is Carnage even threw kids out of the windows. He kills for fun. He shouldn't be PG-13. Sam Raimi would do more justice for the character. I bet Sam Raimi would done more justice for the character. Well, we don't know yet, man. That's another thing too. We don't know what because isn't Andy Serkis directing Venom?
Yes.
Come on, this is Andy Serkis.
Right.
Let Andy work. If anything, he's gonna give you a great looking film.
And that's the thing, though. Andy Serkis is a character actor anyway. He appreciates the character, and the story is secondary. You have to build characters, and he understands that.
Yeah. No, let him give us a good film. Maybe we don't, and that's another thing. Maybe we don't need an all-out killer Carnage. Maybe we just need his kills to mean something.
Yep. For
That's
them to
another
be
thing too,
a spectacle on the screen.
right? To be visceral. We
Yes.
don't need him to just go brutal killing. We need a visceral kill, something that be like, oh man, this dude is. Because now you'd be like, man, I felt that kill.
He's serious right now, right?
You see what I'm saying? We don't need the some of that. Some comic book stuff is meant to be strictly comic book
Comics.
stuff. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you get desensitized in the comics, you get desensitized to Wolverine slashing up 100 ninjas. You know what I'm saying? But when he kills Jean Grey because I gotta kill her, you know what I'm saying? That's a visceral scene. It means something. That kill means something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's a good enough, if the script is good enough, you got Woody Harrelson, which is a great actor.
I think he's the one to pull it off too.
Right? He will pull off. You know what? Woody Harrelson was in one of the greatest serial killer movies of all time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I doubt this dude? XR, no more talking about Carnage, bro. We done.
Yeah. Just wait to see it on screen.
He says you guys haven't read Absolute Carnage. No, I have read Absolute Carnage. I've read Absolute. I've read Maximum Carnage. I remember Carnage when the Sentry and the Carnage was fighting. He took him up into space. He ripped him in half and threw him into the sun. I remember all that. I read all of that, bro. All of that. He says, but Carnage kills are more graphic and brutal. The Punisher kills with hands, guns, bombs, other weapons. Carnage is too. No, man.
That's exactly what you want to see on screen, though. You can see somebody get gunned down on the news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're desensitized to that. You're also desensitized to Carnage because you've read him in the comic books. That's that's what Blue's trying to say. In the movies, for somebody who's never seen Carnage before in any iteration, if they put him on screen and make that a bloodbath, you are going to have issues because you know what I'm saying? People aren't going to want to see that because that's not what the culture wants to see.
And it's not developing Carnage. Now, I'm going to put it to you like this. I want to write Carnage as this crazy maniacal serial killer, right?
Right.
I show him killing a person that had nothing to do with it, torn with him, and kill him without remorse. That's going to make all the viewers be like, Carnage is serious. That's one kill.
Yep.
Now, if I have him walking out through the lobby of a hospital and just, randomly spikes through people, yeah, people be like, damn, Carnage is a bad dude, but nobody cared about the kills.
Nope. It's not a character that you had some kind of a, relationship with.
Right. I want to, especially if they think about keeping Carnage around, which I hopefully they do.
Yeah.
You want this character to be felt. You want to feel Carnage. You want to feel
his presence.
His presence. Why is he the book? Because Carnage is the boogeyman in the Spider-Verse.
Right.
Why is he the boogeyman? Not because he just goes around just
just a murderer.
No, it's because he don't give. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when he
recognition for life, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, if I see somebody come in and spray and lay down 10 people, okay, you spray, lay down 10 people. If I see a dude grab a knife and run up to a guy and slowly stick it in, spin it, look at him in his eye, and then say some crazy ass shit, I'm gonna be like, that motherfucker's crazy.
Yeah.
The guy who come in spraying, I ain't gonna think he crazy. I just think maybe he,
had a bad day. That's an impulse move.
Right. He's trying to get something done, you know what I'm saying, in and out, and everybody just collateral damage. But if a guy come in and just
he literally does not care about your life.
Right. Intimate with it, like, nah, man.
I'm taking this from you. Right.
Man, come on, dog. That's, to me, that lets me know that Cletus Cassidy is crazy.
Yep.
That lets me know that he is a serial killer. He does not care.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That lets me know that. That just gave me chills thinking about it.
Right. I hope they showed that in the movie.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Like, that's the whole thing with Darth Vader, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he's racked up a lot of kills. It's the way he kills. It's his
When
presence.
when you see Vader on screen, you're like,
Right.
oh shit, somebody's
There you go.
about to die. Right.
It's the presence of that. And
Yep.
that's how they write Carnage in the comics. Even in the comics, like I say, he's the big bad boogeyman. People are scared of Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
People are scared of when the Punisher shows up. Don't nobody want to go toe to toe with this dude because they know by any means you about to catch it. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Are they going to write Carnage to where he's the big bad boogeyman? I know he's going to kill people.
Of course, that's the character.
That's the character. But is it going to be scary?
Yeah.
Is it going to be make me fearful? Am I going to be on the edge of my seat as he's stalking his prey?
Right.
Because that's what serial killers do.
Yep.
They stalk their prey. They're
methodical.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just random kills. Nah, man. Serial killers have an MO. They follow certain sets of rules and stuff like that. It's not just killing for fun.
That's what labels them as serial killers.
Right. It's not just killing for fun. Nope. What we got? Shit, we done did 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
We did 2 hours. You want to hop? You what else to say about Mark? Oh, you know what? I want to talk about Kang. Kang and
Okay. I like this. I like Quantumania.
Ant-Man? Yeah.
Ant-Man. Yeah, Quantumania.
I also think this Ant-Man is gonna, because you talked about Kang being the next big bad. This movie is gonna mean a lot for the MCU going forward.
Yes.
That's what I believe. I think a lot of things will be introduced. I think we'll see what can I say? I don't even know what the word is. I kind of lost my train of thought. But you're just gonna see a lot of things. Quantumania is gonna make a lot of things happen. I know we're thinking we're gonna get that multiverse thing from Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Ant-Man 3, whatever we call it, Quantumania, that's gonna be the multiverse movie. That's gonna be where they're pushing timelines or see them jumping over here, because with Kang the Conqueror, that's a bad boy, man.
Mm-hmm. They have to fight 3 iterations of him.
That's a bad boy, man. The way if they do Kang right, man.
I have all the faith in the world in the actor.
Yeah,
all the faith in the world in Jonathan Majors. All the faith in the world. Watching Lovecraft Country, him play Tick in Lovecraft Country, he was phenomenal in that show. And that's the thing, I'd never seen him in anything before.
He was in as a lead. No, he was in what's that movie? He was in a movie with Chadwick Boseman. The Netflix movie.
Is it
Vets went back.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched it.
The Five Bloods. He was in the Five Bloods.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
That was the first time I remember seeing. Did I see him in something? It might have been something else he was in. He was in. I know he did that. You know what? He was in the movie where Madam C.J. Walker. I think that's what it was called. Madam C.J. Walker.
Oh, I never saw that one either. Yeah, no.
He was in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Kang the Conqueror, man. XR says we need to talk about the WandaVision Doctor Strange controversy. I forgot we didn't talk about that.
Fair. Let me tell you why they rewrote the show. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you exactly why they rewrote the show. I honestly think that they followed the House of M storyline down to the T. And then once they had a finished product, it was like, nope, we can't sell Mephisto to anybody right now.
Yep.
I feel like they did write that aspect of the show. I feel like there was too many red flags, too much speculation and all that, and too much tying the story together for them not to have that.
No, I totally agree with you.
100%.
Yeah, the House of M storyline, or at least the first part of the House of M storyline was written. That's what they were. I think that's the direction that they were going.
Oh, no doubt.
They. Why do you think we got Evan Peters? Like,
Right.
that made no sense. So they
Right.
rewrote that to fit in with the new way that they were going.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody coming out, whatever this executive is, or whoever came out and said we didn't want a white male to be the savior. That yes, I agree with that. I don't think that they wanted a white male to be the savior, but I don't think that played a part.
That's not the reasoning for them to write him out of the show.
Right. That wasn't the main reason. That was just, to me, that was an executive. You know, when they say these executives, that could be the damn coffee boy for all we know. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. You'll never know who really said that. But like I said, if that was the case, if they didn't want that was the case, they would have changed the entire show.
Because WandaVision, if you go back and watched it, and I went back and watched it the whole way through.
Yeah,
a lot of things don't make sense.
Right. It looks like they took episodes and this one might fit better here. So let's rewrite this one and make it fit here. Yeah. Oh, no doubt. They definitely did that.
It doesn't make sense. A lot of it doesn't congeal well. They
right.
Hope, you know what I'm saying? They figured out how to patchwork it in and get the continuity right. Like I said, from episode 1 to
right,
it was 9 or whatever. But a lot of it didn't feel right. It
didn't flow.
It didn't flow. It was a lot of Mephisto in it, or whoever.
Yeah, Nightmare,
whatever.
The aspects of it, but none of the main storyline.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's exactly why. And they don't want to say, "Oh, this is why we did it," because then all the fans are gonna go, "Well, what the hell? Why did we not get the storyline that we wanted?"
Yep. Which and it could work in their favor, because now they can give us a proper shit. Why am I fucking blanking?
House of M.
My bad. They can give us a proper House of M with mutants and everything involved in it. So this might actually work out in their favor. But yeah, man.
They completely blew that whole, and that's the thing. They're 2 for 2 on that. Read his comment. Go ahead and read XR's comment, because that goes hand in hand with this.
He said they didn't introduce Mephisto because Kevin Feige is scared to lose his Chinese audience, because Chinese don't like demons and ghosts. Yeah, well, that
ties into exactly what I just said. They had a completed story. They tested it. Oh no, you can't put this shit on our TV. Now you go back to the drawing board and make it work a different way. That's exactly what they did. They did it with WandaVision. They did it with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I feel like if they hadn't finished Loki already, they did it with Loki too, to fix the story.
I'm gonna tell you this: Falcon, Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, because they were already complete, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
They were rewritten.
Yep, all of them.
All
of them to fit a different storyline.
Yeah, to fit a different storyline. All of them were rewritten. Like you said, to fit a different storyline. And you're gonna see. And because a lot of people, like, we get wrapped up in the hype of WandaVision, we got wrapped up in the hype of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but ultimately they kind of let us down, right?
Yes, big time. They were big, both. If in story wise, they were both flops.
Yeah. But and that's what I was gonna say, because we saw the flaws in the story.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We saw the flaws in WandaVision, and then I think we saw even bigger, glaring flaws in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Me personally, I think so, because the Flag Smashers.
That was an afterthought.
What?
Mm-hmm. That was an afterthought. Like I sent you the thing that in XR. I didn't know this either. They gender swapped the Flag Smashers. The Flag Smashers was one person, and it was Carl Morgenthau, not Carly Morgenthau. Yeah, they gender swapped that. So, like I said, it happens, and we don't even know it.
Yeah, because the Flag Smasher was such a terrible. He was terrible. Though. He was such a terrible. I'm surprised that they even thought about using the Flag Smasher character. And I'm actually the thing. This is what was dope about them using the Flag Smasher. They took a character that nobody cared about, gender swapped it to make people care. Now they care. Not only that, they turn Flag Smash into a movement, which wants to
Right.
make me care even more, and then they drop the ball.
Yep.
So
Right.
it's like now you took a character that nobody cared about, tried to hype him up, and now we don't even care about this character just the same. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like Flag Smasher, like you said, afterthought.
The whole plight was an afterthought.
Yeah, like
How could, like, they were fighting for
I would say,
medicine and
what were they fighting?
right. They wanted medicine and food and stuff for people that were displaced in the blip. Okay, in this show, the blip had happened how long ago?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Any government would have said, okay, the people that were displaced, we're going to give you money until you get back on your feet, or we're going to give you a place to live. It doesn't just happen like that.
Right, unless it's like third world countries or something like
Right,
that.
but we're talking about London, U.S.
France,
That, right, come on, right, yeah.
All these first world countries. Like
Right.
that, it didn't make sense. Want to know
Right.
why? Because their actual plot was about a virus.
A virus. That's exactly right. They took, pick and chose what they wanted to keep, and they kept the wrong things. I feel like, to me, yeah, they didn't drop the ball because they released content, but they did drop the ball because they released content that was half-assed.
Half-assed, yeah. Yep. Yes, sirree.
Go ahead and read XR's new comment, so he can bash Feige again. Yeah.
It's clearly has the sky that Kevin Feige has an agenda against white males. Lead from the MCU from now forward is going to be called the MCU. Why do you think he has an agenda against white males?
He is a white male.
Great. Well, I'm just saying he get everything. Who was black in the Avengers starting off?
Not a one.
Until Falcon showed up. Give me a black character other than Nick Fury who had a talking part and then would fade away into the background, right? Yep. So you tell me, off of everything that was built in the MCU, it was built off white males.
Right.
Iron Man, white. Straight, matter of fact, white straight males.
Right.
Because I know you might start bringing up the gay thing. Iron Man, white. Captain America, white. Hawkeye,
Bruce
white.
Banner, white. Yeah.
White. Bruce Banner, white. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people are white. Ant-Man, white. You know what? The crazy thing is, if they was gonna bring in another black superhero, Ant-Man. Who cares about Ant-Man? They could have easily made Ant-Man black.
Yep.
Or Asian or whatever.
Any of that.
And nobody would have batted an eye because nobody knows who Ant-Man is.
Right.
I mean, I knew it when they was like Scott Lang. I was like, hold on, man, where's Hank Pym at?
Right. The original Ant-Man.
Right. But then they couldn't do that because his backstory was so non-politically correct with him being a woman beater.
Woman beater, yeah. They didn't want that negative controversy.
Right. They couldn't make him the lead. So they chose Scott Lang. Now, another thing, too, if you want to go hard for characters, Scott Lang is smart, but they make him an idiot. Right? Mm-hmm. This is a dude who has he's got a degree in some kind of, he's a smart guy. Right. He can hold his own with the Tony Stark and a Bruce Banner. Will he come out on top? No, probably be far down. But he's not me going up against Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? So they take liberties where they want to take liberties at. But as far as you saying them going up against being white male is the norm. That's it. This is America, bro. White male is the norm. No matter how right now with the Me Too movement and all the women empowerment and stuff like that,
that shit could die tomorrow.
Right. White male will always be. That's America.
Right.
That's America. That's what Falcon and the Winter Soldier was about, was the white male, right? Or did I miss that?
No.
I thought that's what Captain.
It was definitely the subtext.
Yeah, was yeah, we know the white male run shit. Let's try out a black guy. Let's see if a black guy can do something. That's what I saw. You know,
I got a comment about that. You think if they were making that show, no, because they wouldn't even make the show 20 years ago. It wouldn't have even been made. But do you think if we were
20 years ago?
Yeah, okay. Do you think that the writer who wrote the story, Malcolm Spellman, do you think he would have gotten the same opportunity to write the same character, write the same storyline the way he did, and write Falcon to become the character that he became in Captain America, of the Black Captain America at that? Do you think that would have been able to happen 20 years ago?
No.
No, absolutely not. They are playing in the time period that we're in.
They're in, right. And I'm gonna tell you this: if they did that, he'll be this.
He wouldn't be the lead.
No, well, even if they made him the lead, he would be this overly ghetto-fied. Everything is comedy. Everything, not taking the word. You know what I'm saying? Not taking anything serious, because that's how Black leads were depicted 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything was funny. Everything, they didn't take anything serious.
Right, because they don't see you as a real person.
There you go. So if he would have been given the opportunity, that was the only way it would have been greenlit.
Right.
That's
so
it.
These people are getting these liberties now, and in my opinion, yeah, they're trying to push an agenda, but they're dropping the ball, like you said, trying to push the agenda.
And I'm cool with certain social political agendas being pushed. It's fine, because that's the world we live in right now. That is the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? We're coming out of the Trump era. Trump era showed, pull the curtains, pull the blinds off for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what side you fell on. The curtain, you know what I'm saying? We got to see the wizard behind the curtain with a lot of stuff. A lot of people got mad. Some people got empowered. Some people got depowered. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the world we're living in. So certain agendas got to be actually need to be pushed. You know what I'm saying? Would there actually ever be total equality? No, but the people who are suffering, yeah.
You at least have a voice now.
Somebody should speak up for them. Do I think everything should go the way of what XR is talking about? Whereas
no.
Super feminine or super gay on this side, or leftist or right, right winger, left wing. No, just give me a good story.
Right. I'm not interested in that. Keep politics out of this.
Right. Just give me a good story. If the character is gay, cool. Make him gay and give me a dope ass story. If the character is trans, cool. Make him trans, him or her trans, or whatever pronoun that they use. Give me a dope story.
Don't put that over the character's characterization.
Right. Don't do that. Don't do that. Once you make that character about being trans,
then it kills the character.
Right, it kills the character when they don't need to be.
Right.
Because there are certain stories to where prime example, Storm. Storm should show all her femininity.
Yep.
Her being a Black woman, the struggles of being a young orphan running the streets of Cairo, what I'm saying, having to fend for herself, joining the guild and showing what it means in the guild to be a woman. Sometimes those things matter, because Storm's womanhood, her femininity is a part of her character. You see what I'm saying? But I put it to you like this: if they came out and they did an Iceman movie and everything was gay this, gay that, I'm like, bullshit. That's not Iceman.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where the lines get crossed or get
blurred.
Messed up at. You see what I'm saying? When they push it and they take a dope story where they can also throw some political commentary into it and make it all about political commentary.
And the story is subtext.
And it's right. Now you're gonna lose a lot of people.
Because even if they agreed with your agenda, the fact that you pushed it on them in the wrong opportunity and too much, you pushed too hard.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody just wants to be accepted. That's all people care about.
Yeah. One thing I did like about Falcon and the Winter Soldier was Sam's story. Like, he kind of realized, I'm a Black man, but that's not going to be my story.
I ain't going out like that.
Yeah, just being Black. And a lot of us Black people, that's what we take our Blackness and it's such a shield and a crutch at the same time, right?
No doubt about that, my friend. No doubt about
We
that.
that the story that Sam kind of used was like, I'm gonna quit using my blackness as a crutch, and I'm gonna try to if I don't make it, I don't make it, right?
But
But
at
I'm gonna
least
try
I
to
stood for something.
overcome, right, that blackness. I'm gonna try to overcome using that blackness as a crutch to where
Right.
I'm just being seen as black. Yes, see me as a black man, but also see me as a man. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
to me, that's what Sam kind of was trying to show you. I'm more than just a black man. I'm a man. You know?
Right. Take the
Uh,
pronoun away.
yeah. Corey Levine says, yes, Ant-Man did hit Wasp in the comic. Slap the shit out of ass. He damn sure
Right. Right.
did. Exile says, the only male lead that remains from the original Avengers are Doctor Strange and the Falcon. No, Thor. Thor is there. What are you talking about? Thor, Hawkeye?
He's upset about how they changed Thor's character. No, I don't see it as them changing Thor's character, man. I see that Chris Hemsworth stepped his game up and changed the character around,
Yeah.
and Taika Waititi reinvented the character.
Reinvented the character, but to suit a purpose, and it wasn't a political purpose neither. It was a I need to sell tickets purpose. You know what I'm saying? They didn't change. Thor doesn't have if you're trying to say he has an agenda or this is an agenda to I don't know assassinate a character or whatever, you vastly mistaken. This was a change to sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Thor being an integral part of the Avengers, and his movies aren't doing the things that they should do. What can we do? We bring in Taika Waititi. We sit down with Chris Hemsworth and we figure out what's his strengths and his weaknesses.
Right, and we embellish that.
And we find out that his strength is he's a
He's a
silly
comedic,
guy.
right? He's big, goofy.
Yeah. Oh, we can play on that. People
Yep.
like to see. You know what? Prime example. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody knows that his big break was Terminator 2. Right?
Yep.
He said he didn't want to be the villain no more because he didn't want to be looked at as a villain. But guess what? Kindergarten, all those movies following that, Kindergarten Cop, Twins, they were all like big goofy. He was the big goofy guy.
Right.
That's what sold Arnold Schwarzenegger. You see what I'm saying? He quit. If you look at his career, Arnold Schwarzenegger quit doing action. Nobody likes to really call it out.
Right.
He quit doing action. He would do action comedy,
but not just strictly action.
but not strictly action.
Mm-hmm.
His last action movie probably was Terminator. They threw a little comedy in the T2. They threw a little comedy in the T3.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else strictly comedy. Twins. The one where he had the baby. I forgot the name of that one.
Kindergarten Cop.
Also with Danny DeVito. Kindergarten Cop.
Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero. That was comedy.
Yep. True Lies.
True Lies. That was comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I take that back. Eraser wasn't comedy.
Okay. Fair enough. But I think
Eraser
that came
wasn't
out before True Lies.
Either before
Or maybe like
right
shortly
around
after. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he became the governor, right? Did 8 years over there. And when he came back, he tried to hop back in and do action, and it just didn't, you know what I'm saying? It didn't flow as much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he couldn't still do it, but it didn't flow as much. He came, you know what I'm saying? Terminator Genesis, they tried to throw some comedy at, because now he knows, hey, this comedy thing works for me. So every action movie that he does, he tries to throw some comedy into it. And sometimes a certain action movie might not need comedy. It might just need to be bang, bang, blow them up and get the job done and go on about your business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that Chris Hemsworth, The Rock, big goofy guy now, right?
Right.
He's
Wasn't
not
always.
He's not the serious Walking Tall. Remember Walking Tall, Scorpion King,
Doom.
Doom. Like, yeah, those movies they'll make you. But those are glorified B movies.
Big
That's
time.
all those are glorified B movies. We got a superstar wrestler. Let's throw him in this movie. It'll make his money because they only shot the movie for what $80 million. It'll generate 200 million.
Yep,
You know
just
what I'm
because of
saying?
his face.
Because of his face. Once the Rock's figured out
That
man,
people will go see him because of that. Yeah.
right, this comedy action stuff is where it's at.
Yep.
I can bust some heads and make some jokes. Oh, that's where it's at.
Yep.
And that's what happened with Chris Hemsworth. I can bust some heads and make some jokes. I got kids in the audience who gonna laugh at, oh, that's Hulk. I know him. Like they're gonna laugh at that.
They love that.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That line right there. We worked together. That was actually a line that was ad-libbed.
Yeah, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that matters to the audience who comes to see those movies, man.
Big time.
Nobody wants to be preached to during the movies on which they need to believe.
That's not for you to say. Those people that put those messages in those movies care. They don't care to not preach to you. That's them seeing you. You're their audience. Of course, they're going to preach to you.
I got a vastly every movie preaches to you.
Right.
What's the use of even every story
has some kind of right.
You learn, you know what I'm saying? You want to learn, be educated. It might not be much, but this story might teach you not to trust a backhanded person. You know what I'm saying? This story might preach to you how to love. It might preach to you how to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? It might preach to you, hey man, don't take everything so serious. Like there's always underlying stories in movies, books, any kind
all
of
of
art.
it. It's called subtext.
It's always there. Now, I think what you're talking about is blatantly in your face. But then some movies, that's what the movie is about.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Some movies are about being blatant. I need to beat this over your head to let you know that, hey, man, 12 Years a Slave.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to make a slave movie.
Nope.
They didn't have to. Academy Award winning movie.
Yep.
Why? It told a story. Not only did it tell a story, it made America kind of look at itself and say, hey, whoa, that's what we did.
That's how we handled things back then. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
What's another one? Sometimes these social political movies are the best movies. The one with Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey.
What was it called?
Was it To Kill a Mockingbird?
I
can't think. Either way, that movie right there, man, it made some people cry.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I hope they did, and I hope they burned." When he said that line right there, I felt what Samuel was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. When he said that,
yep.
Man, what father wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? What father?
Right.
Feel like that?
Right.
After they just raped his daughter and then lynched her.
Right.
I'm finna go get every gun in my household, and I'm finna ride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that is to show you the dirtiness of the rural South. That's what that movie was about.
Mm-hmm.
To show you how the Klan still exists, right? How, like I said, the aspects of Southern, how can I put it? Culture, Southern culture during that time period. Yeah, they teach stories. They give you something. You want to leave from the movie theater. It shouldn't just be escapism. Right?
Nope. You want to leave full.
You want to leave with something. That movie should have gave you something.
Right.
That's how it becomes memorable. It gave you something.
Yep. That's why before advertisement, that's why people made movies.
Yeah. Corey Levine says Marvel didn't use the real Mandarin because they didn't want to make China mad, so they're going to have him fight his own son. Yeah, that's another thing too,
Yep.
which pissed me all the way off. But that's neither
The
here
fake
nor there.
Mandarin for Iron Man 3. Yeah.
Right. But no. Corey Levine makes a real good point, and I'm actually real excited to see what they do with Shang-Chi and the Mandarin over there. And I guess I used to say it didn't make sense, but going forward now, I understand it makes a little bit more sense to go ahead and have him in an Asian setting with Asian actors and stuff like that. It makes sense because it's they gave us Black Panther, and that's what Black Panther was about, right? Black,
Right.
Black setting, Black actors, you know what I'm saying, Black director. It makes sense. It's a big full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything, they just could have just left the Mandarin off of Iron Man 3.
Just had a different villain. Yeah.
Not even mention him, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
XR says if your movies only depend on comedy to succeed, mean that you are creative. Bankrupt Thor wasn't a goofy, silly comedian in the Norse mythology. But this
You're not
isn't Norse
getting Norse
mythology.
god Thor.
This is Marvel mythology. Like, come on, XR. This
Right.
isn't Norse. This isn't the Norse god Thor.
Right.
He is.
You
This is
think
loosely
you
based.
think the mighty Norse god Thor would play Fortnite, bro? Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
This isn't that. This is
Movie accurate Thor.
right. There
Movie
you go.
Thor.
Movie Thor. Even in the comics, he's not the
Not
mighty
even close
Norse
to-
god Thor. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
tried that and it didn't work. They
Nope.
tried to make him as real to the counterpart of Norse mythology as they could, and it didn't work.
Failed.
It didn't work. What worked is every year reinventing Thor. Go look at Thor in the 90s. Horrible costume. Horrible.
Mhm.
Every reinvention of a comic books character in the 90s was trash. Go look at Captain America. Look at Thor. Look at even Spider-Man. Go look at some of these characters and see how they were written in the 90s. Horrible, man. But they are a product of what I go back and read 90s comics now. I'm like, ugh. But they're a product of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, Batman has changed. The Batman from the 60s, the 50s, that's not the same Batman that you get now.
Nope.
Batman used to carry a gun. Did you know that? Didn't care who he killed. They changed.
Yep.
Superman has changed plenty of times from
Yep.
being the bumbling idiot Clark Kent, right, to the super reporter Clark Kent, to the loving, debonair, dashing Clark Kent. That's just the evolution of the character. And I'm gonna tell you this, it represents the man of that time. Go check out Men of that time.
Yep.
Go look at a G.I. Joe action figure, the first one, and see how it changed over the years to represent what society deemed as a man over the years. Hell, even action heroes in movies. Not Pierce Brosnan. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson was an action hero. Does he look like the action hero of today?
A few minutes ago, see him first.
Big muscle, you know what I'm saying? That was the 80s and 90s action heroes, the big muscles, sweaty, everything was using a gun, fighting ninjas or fight, the action hero today, which we barely have, but it's not that.
It's an average everyday guy.
Yep. That's what society is promoting, the average everyday guy. And it'll go back around sooner or later. It'll go back around to be the big swole Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone type, because art is just a rotation. It's just a rotation. When I say nothing new under the sun, that's absolutely true, because we've been on this earth so long that I'm pretty sure every idea has been tried. Might not have worked, but it's been tried.
Right.
So then I go back in 10 years and I try to reinvent that idea that didn't work, and it might work this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
X also says those movies are class grap flick, not a cinema or a movie with death, philosophy, etc. The Lord of the Rings trilogy are better quality and cinematic experience than any MCU movies, including Endgame.
Bro, think about what you just said. Think about what you just said. And Peter Jackson, one of the best directors to ever do it, over to Russo brothers, who did what before Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Did
I will
what?
say
Right. Peter Jackson is a visionary, dude.
that.
He makes movies for movies, not about yeah.
Yeah.
He makes movies for movies.
And I'm gonna tell you this: what makes Peter Jackson so dope? He didn't. This wasn't He didn't take a comic book and turn it into a movie.
No, he took a book, 3 books.
Right. Do you know how hard it is to visualize a book and turn it in? You know what I'm saying? It's easy. With, like you said, the Russo brothers, with Josh Whedon, with all the directors and writers, they already got the playbook in front of them.
Yep.
They don't really have to draw no pen, because you know what I'm saying, I've been in a couple movies. The director and the writer, they got panels.
Yep.
This is how I want this scene to look.
Yep.
They don't even have to really do that, because they already got the scene drawn out for them in the
Right.
comics, right?
Right.
We're gonna recreate this scene. We're gonna recreate that. Okay, we'll do this a little different. You know what I'm saying? So it's
just a storyboard at that
right.
point.
The storyboard is already there. It was kind of Russo. All these Marvel movies is kind of copy and paste.
Yep.
But that's not what it's about. They're not trying to win. Not saying they're not trying to win Academy Awards or anything like that, but they just, like I said, where this is the only time period where you getting comic book movies on the screen, and we should
Right.
be happy. Be happy, man. I like I said, it took 20 years to get a proper, or for me, damn near 20 years to get a proper comic book movie on TV or on the screen, and that was Blade.
Yep.
That's how long it took. That was 1998. I was born in 83. I got to see all the failures. I got to see the work, all the worst of the worst, the trash.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see all of that. I got to see them laugh at a comic book movie. Comic book, what's, man? Nah. For this
Not
to
anymore.
even to take
Be
it
a reality.
where it's at, $1 billion. These are $1 billion movies. $1 billion movies, XR. I remember we got the 2 Batman, which was good. Then we got the Val Kilmer Batman, which was okay. And then it got cartoony. Want to know why? Because they didn't care. They didn't care. Because Batman is a comic book anyway. We can do cartoony. It's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care, XR. They didn't care whether it was R-rated, PG-13. They didn't care if it was G-rated. They were going to put it out. Hopefully it'd make a buck, and they were going to move on. That was it.
Move on. Exactly right.
They didn't put no care in none of this. Now you're getting the care. You're getting them trying to script a good story. You're getting them trying to expand on these characters, grow these characters, build them bigger than what they are in the comics.
Right.
And we should be happy that we're getting that.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I'm telling you, XR, I'm not disagreeing, because you're just stating your opinion. So I'm not, we all got opinions like assholes. Everybody got them. So you're just stating your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to kind of look at the bigger scheme of it, man.
Yeah, not be so cynical about it.
Yeah, look at the bigger scheme of it, man. Be happy. And if you're not happy with the movie, go back to the comic book.
Yeah, don't watch them. Fair enough.
Don't watch them. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I had liked the CW verse when it first started, right? And I ain't talking Smallville. I'm talking about when they came with Green Lantern moving forward, Green Lantern, Flash. I had liked that. Then around season 3, 4, seemed like they just quit caring.
Yep, it got stale.
Like it just got automatic on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
At least Marvel they care. And it's not to say that they're gonna get everything right, but they care enough to try to change things up. They care enough to try to listen to the fans. You know what I'm saying? They care enough to give you that diversity, whether it's forced or not. They care to do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
But Lord of the Rings trilogy, stupendous movie. I can't. But how? My thing is,
You can't compare these.
not only that, Peter Jackson, I don't think he could fail at that anyway. I don't think the reason being is I'm Peter Jackson. I already, like you said, I'm a visionary. But I'm down in, I think he shot it in New Zealand. I got lay of the land. I got actors who want to be here doing this stuff.
Okay.
I got a studio behind me. You know what I'm saying? This movie is going to work. Like Lord of the Rings was going to work because it's Lord of the Rings and it was going to work.
Right.
Not only that, then I give you two more. Not only that, I take a quick hiatus, catch my breath, and I give you another 3 films. You know what I'm saying? Like it had no choice but to work. And this goes back to another thing. It was kid friendly, XR. Kid friendly. Who doesn't like orcs and goblins and things like that? Elves and dwarfs. The teenage girls is gonna love it because I got Legolas. The boys is gonna love it because I got what's old boy daughter playing the female elf?
Liv Tyler.
I got Liv Tyler. So the young boys is gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? The 80s babies, they gonna watch it because I got Bilbo Baggins. What's his name?
Oh man. What's the character's name?
I can't even think of his name.
Yeah, me neither.
His real name, Elijah Wood.
Oh, right. Frodo. Right.
Frodo. What I said, Bilbo. I didn't mean Bilbo. I
Yeah,
meant Frodo.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then, you know what I'm saying? They had some of the best actors in there. Like they couldn't go wrong with that. They won all the way around. Before that movie was even made, they had won. That's how I look at it. Corey Levine says they did that to Batman because of the comic code of the 1950s. They couldn't use Catwoman during the time until 1966 TV show. See, and that's I tried to explain to him too about the Comic Codes Authority. Like the Comic Codes Authority is wild, man. You talking about hardcore and stuff. Now the Comic Code Authority does not allow you. They PG-13 a lot of books. Believe it or not, XR. He says, I love Batman Forever. I'm late 90s. He says, so you want to accept low quality writing. It's not that what's low? Tell me what was low quality writing in an MCU film. Tell me what was low quality writing. He also says, my favorite MCU movie is Captain America Winter Soldier. Great film. Great film. Now tell me what was low quality writing. Give me, matter of fact, Kobe, can you find some low quality writing in a MCU film?
Film? No. Yeah. Not in a film. Shows, that's something different. But there's a reason for that. Films, nah.
Not low quality.
No. Might not fit your quality.
Right. Or it might not have been the best story.
But it was not low quality.
But the writing has been spot on.
Yep.
It flowed. It told the story what needed to be told. Introduced characters. Got rid of some characters. Like kept, you know what I'm saying? Kept a lot of people engaged. Like I said, I'm always go back to Thor 2, not Thor 2, but Thor 1 and Iron Man 3. But I don't think that was low quality writing. I think they were just bad stories. Last one, XR, because
part?
I mean, we almost reaching 3, man. He says the Lord of the Rings is kid friendly, but it's not forcing thousands of jokes every minute like the MCU always. Those movies have depth, stakes, great cinematography, great score, not overuse of CGI.
Bro, we're talking about 20 years of difference in movie making.
True, and what you mean not overuse of CGI? All the orcs was like the orc army, CGI. But like I said, the stakes were the stakes high? What did they? Because at the end of the film, they just where they were going. Do we even know what happened?
And the end of what? The Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they went to Mordor.
Right.
Went through the
That's
ring
what I'm
end.
saying.
Yeah.
What happened? Were the stakes really all that high? To me, the stakes were more high if Smeagol got the ring back.
Yeah, because then you have to chase him around.
Yeah, not the big bad. What was the big bad's name?
Thorin.
Thorin. You know what I'm saying? Like, give a damn about some floating eye in the sky. Give me more Smeagol. If Smeagol get that ring, man, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. The real threat, yeah.
that to me, that was the real
Or
threat.
Saruman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Saruman
yeah.
was a real threat, you know?
Real threat.
Yeah.
So even I put it to you like this: when he fell off in that pit and the little devil thing came up, I ain't watched these movies in so long, I done forgot all the characters' names. That wasn't even a threat, you know what I'm saying? When he was fighting shit. You know what I'm saying? When Magneto fell over. I'm just calling
Oh,
Magneto.
yeah, the Balrog.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, that wasn't even a big threat. The big threat was, you know, I watched it more so to see if they were going to get to where they was going.
Yeah.
Right? Then they kind of let, and no disrespect to Peter Jackson, but they kind of let me down because, okay, they got there, but now what? Now what, man? He said Thor Dark World, low quality riding, Ragnarok, low quality, Captain Marvel, low quality, Iron Man 3. What makes them low quality?
I gotta cut it after this, yo.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
What made them low quality? Because Thor Dark World, I enjoyed that story. Right? It introduced another Infinity Stone. And I just enjoyed the story. His mother got killed. You saw a little bit of emotion from Thor. Like, that's a good story. Ragnarok, only reason I disliked the story is because I thought that they used it wrong, but it wasn't low quality writing.
Mm-mm.
What was low quality about it? I just having the Hulk in it for me, as far as being the Planet Hulk storyline, I didn't like that. I thought that was a wasted storyline. But other than that, the writing was good. We figured out where Hulk went, right? Hela, we found out that Hela was his sister, which is kind of weird. But that's not low quality.
Mm-mm. That's a twist.
That's just a twist that I was not too keen of.
Exactly.
Captain Marvel might, a lot of people didn't like Captain Marvel, but it was probably the best way to tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they didn't like it because of the story. It didn't have as much action as it probably needed. I think Brie Larson is too small to be Captain Marvel, in my opinion.
I just didn't think she was. I didn't think she was casted right.
Right. You know, but I say the same thing about Wonder Woman too. She doesn't have an Amazonian stature.
No, she's a model, and you can tell.
Right. Iron Man 3, not low quality, just hated the movie.
Just didn't like the movie.
Just did not like the movie. The writing, tell me if you can give me what low quality writing is, your definition, then maybe I can, you know what I'm saying?
Because I don't think it's more like low quality movie. I think it's more that it just didn't resonate well with you.
Right. And that doesn't mean the writing was.
Mm-mm.
Captain Marvel did $1 billion.
Yeah.
So Ragnarok did $1 billion. Or push towards $1 billion. These are $1 billion movies. So
Would any of us write $1 billion movie? That's yet to be seen.
Right.
These people are doing it.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't call a low quality written movie. Let me see if I can think of an example.
One that I've seen recently. When I think of a low quality written movie, I think of a movie like you ever seen what's one of the most recent ones? I watched Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage the other day.
Okay, I haven't watched any Nicolas Cage movies in a minute.
That's a low quality writing movie.
Uh-huh.
I watched another one the other day. It was like kind of a B flick, but it was called Psycho Gorman. That was a low quality written movie.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what I
like. Psycho Gorman, was it good?
It was okay. It was okay. For it to be a low quality flick, it was okay. But the writing was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the writing was bad. Some of the dialogue is bad. When you say bad writing, I say you're putting characters in a situation they would never be in.
Right.
You're giving characters dialogue that they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Characters that don't fit. That's bad writing to me. When you say
flow.
Right. That's bad writing to me.
Things
That's not that you can't explain.
You know what's a lot of bad writing? Fast and Furious movies.
Yep. I can buy that.
Great movies. Only reason why they're great is because they're so out there. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I think that's done on purpose. Now, I don't think it started that way, but I think now it's just done on purpose. Most action movies, Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger with Commando, that's a horrible written movie.
Right.
Movie was written horribly. You know what I'm saying? And like Kobe was saying, if it doesn't flow, bad dialogue, a stupid MacGuffin that they just throw in that doesn't even do it.
Too many red herrings, that kind of stuff.
That's bad writing. Prime example, the first Suicide Squad.
Yes, that was a badly written movie.
Horrible. You see what I'm saying? Just all over the place. To me, those are bad written movies. The movies you named, Thor: Dark World, it wasn't all over the place. It was clear, concise.
It had a linear story.
Right. Everything happened for a reason. Ragnarok, same way. Captain Marvel, same way. Now, like I said, whether you like them or not,
that's a different story.
But it fits every check mark for a good or fairly well-written film. It hits most of those check marks. Is it perfect? No. But it hits most of the check marks to where it's not a bad written movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's wrap it up, man. Last comment. XR says it's hard to find tall actresses to play those female superhero roles. I agree with you.
Nah, not as much.
I was gonna say not as much. It's some out there. It's
yeah.
Matter of fact, Gal Gadot was not an actor. They could have went and got a female wrestler to fit that to fit that part, right?
I think
female wrestler,
like somebody like what's the chick's name?
Oh man, she did. I can't really say you go off and get a UFC fighter because for one, a lot of the time they can't act. It's luck you get lucky to have one that can, and for two, all the women UFC fighters are small, so it would be the same thing, right? They're all small.
That's why I said like wrestlers or basketball. Like it's women, it's female athletes who probably want to act, who could have, because Gal Gadot was not an actor. She's not even a good actor. She's not a good actress.
She's a model.
She's a model. They limit her dialogue.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The same way that they used to do Arnold Schwarzenegger, they limit the dialogue, give them one-liners, give them quick little, you know what I'm saying, 2-word sentences, stuff like that. To me, you could have got somebody who fit those stats. Now, in Brie Larson's case, she's an Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
If she shows up and says, "Hey, I want to be Captain Marvel," you
kind of have to give her a chance.
She is too small, but she might be the one who can make it work because she's
an
Academy Award winner, right?
Right.
So, but
with Gal Gadot, you get stuff like
you have to get a close up of her face
Right.
every chance you get. You have to
Show how
show
pretty
off her
she is.
body, right?
Right.
And that's the thing. You know what the worst part? I'm gonna say exactly what you're about to say. The worst part about that is her director is a woman that did that to her, made her an object. Patty Jenkins killed that.
Well, know why? Because she knows.
Yes, that's how you sell this story.
She knows. Your strengths are you're pretty. Women are gonna come true, but the men who show up, they're gonna want the action. They're gonna want to see your thighs. They're gonna see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. But yeah, let's wrap it up, man.
All right. Almost 3 hours today. Jeez. Right.
You got anything else you want to put out? Anything else you want to say?
I'm good, man. I'm good right this minute. I think we covered a lot of ground today.
We did a lot, man, a lot. If you want to support the channel, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. There you can support the channel. Come up with topics and stuff like that you want to hear us talk about. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And like I said, this will be the only stream for this week. Had a real rough week with me losing my pops over the weekend. So, but I should be back on Monday, next week, Monday, and bringing it to you. So, yeah, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We will be back Monday. Appreciate it. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Peace.
Take it easy, be safe.